Let's get it. Let's get it.
Hello everyone and welcome to the day 4 of the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 Spring Split South Asia Wildcard Region. My name is Warren Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk it is Ocean Sharma. And Ocean, today we'll be seeing the action from teams from Group B and C.
Exactly, I was just talking about names. I mean, I would love to see how those teams just, pan apart in against each other. Talking about Team Seal, Mark Penn. I mean, the teams that were dominating the first day, now we're going to see them back once again, just getting on to the competition. And probably, because after today's day, it was like every team would have had their 8 matches each. So
yes,
for the first 4 matches, we used to say, they are understanding the teams and all. And for the rest of the 4 matches, right, for the today's 4 matches, we can just say one thing, that how much did they understand their competition, plus the other, group, for Group B, C, for Seeds B, like that competition.
Exactly, and it's going to be quite interesting because after the matches yesterday, we saw a clear domination coming in from one of the teams, that was Max Legends. And the domination needs to continue if you want to make it to the PMPL South Asia Season 3, ladies and gentlemen, because that is what this is all about. And here we have the road to PMPL. So 9 invited teams, 8 from PMPL Season 2, Team Zeus coming in from PMGC, and then we have the teams that will qualify from their respective regions. 3 from Pakistan, 3 from Bangladesh, 3 from Nepal, and 2 from Wildcard South Asia.
That's true, that's true. But if you're just talking about all these teams and the invited teams and all they have to do is just look at one goal, and that is PUBG Mobile Pro League South Asia Season 3. Because that is the most important thing right now.
Yeah.
You get your chances, you get to rectify your mistakes right here. And after this, it's just that road that just, begins and ends with a really good journey.
Exactly, and it is going to end with a really good journey. But you need to make sure that you are within those top 2. In the finals, that is. For now, since these are just the group stages, you need to make sure that you make it to the finals. Otherwise, I mean, it's there's no point. If you finish first over here and move to the finals and fail to qualify, it wasn't worth it.
I mean, that's the most, different thing. But, well, let's have a look at the prize pool as well and to see what's at the stake right now as the team's out here till the 32nd position, $300. But, well, first and second, you get to get that qualified slot for PMPL Season 3 and 3,900 and 2,300 respectively for those 2 positions. I mean, the total prize pool, 29,200, that's obviously impressive.
Yeah, that is definitely impressive. So the teams that get eliminated in the group stages, they will just be receiving those $300 and that's it.
Yeah.
Once the 16 teams move on to the final, that is when the real money distribution starts, and that is where the slots for the PMPL are going to be on the line. But with that being said, it is going to be quite interesting to see how these teams actually manage to do that, because, well, with the way the games are laid out, you have to earn points in every single match that you play. And talking about points, ladies and gentlemen, and we know the point structure and how it goes. First position, you will be getting 15 points. We will have a look at it right now. First position, 15. Second, you get 12. Third, you get 10. Fourth, you get 8. The points keep on dropping. 1 point for every single kill that you get in game, and it is quite intense, because yesterday we have been seeing teams all across the region. So we saw the 4 regions that we are doing right now, that are going on right now in South Asia, and across all the regions there has been that one team that always in every single game they are like 8 kills minimum, 10 kills, 11 kills.
You have to go for the domination, right? You got to show that performance, and those are not just only the kills, right? Those are 8 points that just reflect out there. So you got to do that if anything. But now the most important thing, the major thing comes on is you were doing that previously, but is it your day today? Like, can you continue? If you were a really good team, can you continue that legacy today as well? Because not every day is Sunday. I mean, given the fact today is Friday, but so not every day is the same. You gotta change up with the pace of the game as well.
Exactly, you have to change, you have to adapt and survive and improvise. But ladies and gentlemen, now we're gonna have a look at the teams that will be playing today. So we're gonna start things off with teams from Group B, and here they are.
Well, XB Rangers, the Smokers, Squadrons, and DENO are the 4 teams that are just out here. We're just talking about these names. I mean, squads from Group B: Infinity Club, Erbev, Markpen, eSports. I want to see what this whole slot as a whole does, because Erbev, incredible name, Markpen, incredible name, eSports, incredible name, and Team Bear as well. I mean, every team now, we know what they have done previously.
Yeah, we have huge expectations from Team Bear, and they are sort of living up to this. I mean, we are waiting for the team to actually climb up the ranks slowly and steadily. E2S is going to be there as well, along with WMG Esports Nation and SDMZ Esports. SDMZ, the opportunity was theirs to climb up the standings, but today they have to seize it. They have to make sure that by the end of the day, they are seeing themselves within the top 4, because, as we said, there's 6 days for the group stages. This is going to be the 4th.
I mean, this is how important it just, gets up with everything. We're talking about the teams, we're talking about the players, we're talking about the way they should be grinding and are grinding. It just reflects out here. Sometimes there are a few teams that want to rotate. I still remember the last time Markpen was playing that 1v1v1 situation, right? You can get inside the circle, but holding that area even in the final circles, it's something different.
It is something different. But talking about the areas that Ocean was referring to, let's have a look at the schedule and the maps that will be played today. So starting things off again, it is going to be Erangel, map number 2 Sanhok, map number 3 Miramar, and map number 4 Erangel again. So the rotation of the maps remain the same. The maps remain the same. It's just the teams, the lads that are going to be landing, the lads that will be dropping out of the plane that keep changing every single day.
I mean, it's like they still know what is happening out in that. Like, they know their business. But the thing is, now if some early contestations happen, we'll have to see how that just pans out in Erangel. And if you want to rectify that in the final Erangel, you have one chance. But Sanhok and Miramar, it's a different story. One's a really fast map, one's a really slow map. You have to balance both the things. It's like, getting into a really fast-paced game. Maybe you get a chicken dinner, but then you cannot keep the same momentum in Miramar, if you want to, you might try, but you cannot keep the same momentum because in Miramar, every team first of all just wants to go for like what the rotations inside the circle, get a safer area and all those things because that matters. That matters.
Yeah, that matters a lot. And what is going to matter today is, as we did see, we talked about this yesterday when we were closing out our show, that Mark Penn, they were doing really well. They were within the top 4, but since they were not playing yesterday, they have been pushed out of the top 8, sitting on the 9th position right now. Today, they have to somehow manage to try and contest Max Legends because, as we were talking about it, I mean, today, in the group stages, you have to make it to the finals, but it's a good practice run to see if you can actually hold the top 2.
One thing that I want to see in this one, like I'm also casting, PMCO Pakistan.
Yeah.
And there's one thing I saw in Miramar, Winchester usage was a lot yesterday. And in Erangel, people were using pistols in the start of the game, yesterday's last game and everything. Like, unusual weapon format was being used. I want to see something like that, something crazy happening because right now the only crazy thing is that the matches, with the momentum the matches are going, but I want to see the players just, ride on that crazy horse.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about different regions, I mean, but I have sad news for you. You missed a moment yesterday. So while Ocean is busy casting his magic, I was watching the matches from the backlines, and there we have the views from every single player in the game. Someone actually threw a ban. Wasn't intended for anyone. Like, did not aim it or anything. He just threw it randomly.
Okay. So much to burst my bubble. Say someone threw a pan. Oh,
I
tell
saw
me
it,
more.
you didn't.
Someone threw a pan. Oh, tell me more. To no one.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Someone threw a pan. That's what you've been asking for, right? Throw a pan.
On someone. That's what I've done. Throw a ban on someone. That's the most important thing.
Now we're going to check how the people's aim is with pans and bullets, ladies and gentlemen. But the game is live, so we're going to jump right into the action. And here's the trajectory of the plane.
If we're just talking about the trajectory, you can see from the backside of Georgopol to Lipovka is where the flight path is right now. Prison Shelter, Rozhok Mansion, and Pochinki are going to be good areas. Georgopol as well, if a team wants to go. We're still not seeing the plane right now. Let's the plane is arriving. So that's going to be a decent thing. But if we are just talking about this and, the movement and momentum, I want to see how many teams just drop down to Yasna and all those areas.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to see that as well. And as we've been talking about Yasnaya, we've been talking about how things change. I mean, game number 1 yesterday, 3 teams landed in Yasnaya. Game number 4 yesterday, no one went to Yasnaya. So things like that. You need to see actually which teams are going to a particular drop location and how your record is against them. Have you beaten them in the past? Can you take a 4v4 fight against them? If you can't, study their fighting formation. Study which player likes to play which situation in a particular fight. Are there any flankers? If it is, which directions do they prefer to usually flank from? And then prepare your tactics based off of that information. But for now, I mean, we do see XB Rangers heading towards the Severny location. The team of DENO just landing on the southern side of shooting range, and they've gone for a 4-man split drop. But look at this, talking about split drops, Ocean, SDMZ. It seems like there was a last-minute change in where the team exactly wants to go, because we do see Array, who's landing on the Stalber Hills, but the rest of the teams, I guess they will be heading towards Kameshki. They're going to be a little slower on towards heading to the drop location and getting that loot, but I think they will make it.
Well, let's just see how that, just happens. But all right, so Finisher just wants to, take those shots of those M16s. Obviously, no scope on this one, just using that to his own aid. I mean, Resha is onto the other side. Ernie is pretty close to Finisher, but, it's just a matter of time can you spot Ernie. And Ernie just lying down. The best thing he can do is just get a hold of that buggy, but it's still a tricky situation. I mean, you cannot go onto that area right now without being spotted. If Finisher just, moves away or something, if Finisher just wants to go for his own loot, then probably Ernie can go either to Resha or maybe to that buggy. Depends how it just happens with everything.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to find out how things are going to turn. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, Finisher is trying to look to finish the lads in front of him. Ernie and Resha. Resha has a vehicle. He's going to pick up his teammate and get out of this mess that they have managed to find themselves in. Finisher, I don't think he still has found a scope for himself, has an M16 in his hands, is not going to go for the action. He's looking to go for the buggy right now and will be regrouping with his teammates soon. But over on the other side, the players of MPG Zesty on our screen right now, still trying to find anything that he can use to fight off any early aggressors. So a little bit of a troublesome situation for the players right now, but I think not too much to scoff about, not too much for them to worry about. They will be okay for now.
As of now, yes, they should be okay. We still have to, just look forward to how the things and how situations actually just work down to this one. Well, Lucy Whitey just moving up. He is alone in this mini-map area, as you can just see. So that's one of the things. How the things just work out for the players, that's something that we still have to do. So E2S, I mean, we did see these players previously. They had a really good run for themselves. I want to see what they do in this particular game, as they are inside the circle. But the thing is, some of the players are not good with their individual loot, so they need to get that fast.
Yeah, individual loot is going to matter if you are caught off guard by another team and your teammates are not there to help you out, especially in for the teams that have gone for this 4-man split drop sort of a situation, 4-man split drops. And it is going to be a trouble. It is going to be really, really intense if one of the lads is caught off guard, finished off, because then you have a 3-man squad remaining, and then it becomes difficult to transition into the late game stages. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are off to a really slow start of the game. Once again, 15 teams in the lobby, 59 players alive. And the early aggression, I doubt we are going to get it, since we have an Eastern Circle on our hands. And most of the teams, they are already either really close to the circle or inside the circle. So not much incentive for them to force a fight. Unless you're one of those teams that went to the Georgia Pole City, like the Smokers, or your SEAL team, MPGX, or the team of INC. In that case, you're going to have to find a safe rotation for you to move from the western side of the map to the eastern side.
Yeah, that is true. But how these things will change onto each other, that's the most important thing. As we can see the players, just moving up inside the circle, a few of them. But talking about other teams, look at this. Onto the Georgia side, that's where Team SEAL is, alongside there's Smokers as well. So it's going to be a bit of a tricky thing. But MPG, onto the backside of Gatka, they have to get inside the circle. But if it's looking forward onto other names as well, I still have to see. I still have this question always.
Yeah.
Why, teams just don't prefer the areas around military base?
I have no idea as well, my friend. I mean, we have been wondering, because this is a huge surprise. No one, absolutely no one,
if teams
goes
realize
to
that this
military
might be
base.
game changer for at least two teams. One might go to Nova, one might go to military base, and it can be a good game changing thing for them.
See, we said the same thing about Team Destiny and the location of Zarki, right? They did try it out. It sort of worked out for them. I mean, along with dropping towards Zarki, they did bring up the level of aggression in the game as well.
Yeah.
That was the most important thing. But the main thing for Team Destiny was the early game stages. They weren't able to transition from the early game. They weren't even able to reach the mid game stages. They were basically getting picked off before they got inside the circle. Getting to Zarki, going for the late rotations, they made it happen. Then they were confident enough to take the fights. They took the fights. They got those kills. But look at this, talking about taking fights. WMG Brad. Well, Brad, he has come across the entirety of Team Bear. They're hiding inside the squad house. WMG, they're trying to surround this house. If they have some utility, they can take down a lot of players over here. But Brad going for the shots with his AKM. Misses a few, takes a lot of damage, and now he's really low. He's going to be knocked out, and I think Team Bear, they will definitely try and pick him up. It is the kill confirmation coming in, and that is the first blood being drawn in the game.
Well, Prince did that, and now, if you can see, Harry just trying to take down the vehicles of that US out there, and he will be successful in taking down one. One more shot can take down the side wheel again, and there it will be. So now, taking down that, it just means that, the team, the opponents, it's going to be a tricky thing to rotate, but, well, they have another one in their compound. Meanwhile, WMG, they will be rotating onto the other side. What they wanted has been done, and the damage on them has been done, as they lost one player. Now, taking a hold of the shelters area sounds decent for them, but the thing is, if a team just rushes down, they might have to take open area fights. And alright, so they are trying to block their own exits or something right now, or maybe just keeping their vehicles safe as of now. So that's going to be one of the things. But if someone just blocks that area or just blasts those vehicles, it might be really bad for them. So they still will have to see how it just goes down, how it, just goes against them. So talking about these things right now, we've been seeing a lot of shelter circles lately.
We have been seeing a lot of those. I mean, it is going to be quite interesting. In a situation where no one goes to the military base, every single match, I would love to see a circle in the military base. But look at this. All right, another interesting situation arising in front of us right now. So Team Seal and Team INC, they have gone for 2-2 split rotations as well. Because Infinity, we do see two of the players rotating and have already made their way towards Ferrypier, while the other two lads just taking towards Primorsk right now. And same goes for Team Seal. Two players still in the northern Georgia city, the other two players towards the south of shooting range.
Well, that is right. But let's see right now how the things just change. If we're talking about the shelter area, you can see the backside of shelter. That's where Mark Penn is. Snap it up on them. That's going to be one thing. But now, if we talk about the teams, the game started with 15 teams. We still have all the teams remaining out here. We just saw one player go down. That was WMG's Brat. Meanwhile, all the other players are still surviving. Bear Prince was the first one to take the confirmation. WMG's other players, you can see them. But now the thing is, you still remember this team. They played previously as well, and they were a really dominating name at that time. I can relate teams like Bear, teams like WMG to the likes of Zeus for sure. Because these teams started off their journeys with each other, against each other, if you want to call it like that. This team was also in the first PMCO wildcard. Zeus was in the first PMCO wildcard. Same goes for Team Bear as well. So all the teams have been grinding, and it's just about time that their grind actually, shows their results. Because these teams, they have been qualifying back to back. So this just shows one thing, that these teams have what it takes to be one of the best out in the region.
I completely agree with you on that. And these were the original teams that gave Zeus a really, really tough competition, namely WMG, as to how they played. And no chance because of,
I still remember. Yeah. I still remember. There was a chicken dinner that WMG had in around the areas of Water City. If you remember, that was the first.
That was the first PMC of February of last year.
Yeah, we were casting.
Almost a year.
Almost a year back. I still remember that. That was an incredible game. But all right. I think they have spotted up a few players and they are trying to lay down some shots. But Uzi at that
distance, is too much distance for that weapon, my man.
That was. I mean, you can control Uzi, I get it, but the shots don't control themselves at this distance. That's true.
I mean, the bullets, they do definitely take a dive over there. But it is going to be. I mean, the first attempt was good. His first attempt was with an AKM red dot, but still, I mean, with a red dot, it sort of becomes hard to precisely know where you're hitting. You will have a general idea because you know where the recital is, but you can't be really, really precise with that at that distance. So. But kudos to them for trying. I mean, they definitely did a lot of damage to the vehicles, and that might just be good for the next team that comes across them, because the vehicles are damaged. Quite easy to blow them up now.
I mean, see, good efforts. Totally just, agreeing with that one. But now, if we're just, talking about all these things, let's just get back to the conversation. You saw the red dot effort, right?
Yeah.
I would say let's just go back to PMGC's days.
Yeah.
Obviously, because there were a lot of teams, and we could see a lot of red dot meta over the guns, taking up those fights. And obviously, that starts from the Chinese teams. 4AM, Nova XQF, those players like to use the red dots on their guns. They mostly rely on those things as compared to 2x or maybe 3 times and all. Whilst the other players are sometimes relying on 3x and 4x on their DPs sometimes. But these players would go with the DP red dot, AK red dot, and it kind of works it out. So it depends on your practice as well. How much are you practicing, and the way you are, just laying down your shots, your accuracy, everything kind of just comes down.
Yeah, it all does come down to things of that sort. But for now, I mean, we do see, as you can see on the map, ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of teams seeking shelter in the shelter area. So not everyone is going to find that, though. But for now, all right, so Infinity have managed to make their way across the players of MPGX without giving them a hint of as to how fast the team is passing them by.
I don't know, right to the sides of Mark Penn, I can see up a few players something. I want to know if K49 is all together or is one player away or something like that. But Arbev's color is kind of also similar if we just talk about this one. But well, Mark Penn and Xburn and SDMZ, it's gonna be a party out here, because you can see the players coming up really close to each other. Obviously, everyone wants this area, the central contestation for the circle. If you're in the center, you are safe for 2-3 zones to stay there. That's one of the most important things. And Sengi, meanwhile, using barrel 3 times, a really, really good weapon choice right now, can do incredible damage. Obviously, is in the meta as well. But now the zone's gonna shift, and this shift of the zone might as well, exactly. It was in the center, so now the contestation stays.
Yeah, the contestation says, and as you said, there will absolutely be no incentive for the teams to get out of the situation or get out of the cover, in fact, that they have, unless you're going for this airdrop number 2, ladies and gentlemen, with the MK14 and the level 3 kit available, the vest, the helmet, and the backpack also being there. But talking about other things, I mean, Ocean, I agree with you. Like, being in the center of the circle is it is a good strat to have, because it allows you to basically just stay inside cover and not do much as far as taking fights is concerned. But that works out best if most of the teams are cluttered towards the edges of the circle or a little further away from the circle. That way you don't have to constantly be on your toes. You don't have to worry about situations like this team passing by or teams coming into your drop location and finishing you off. Now, with situations like this where most of the teams are in the center, you have to be extremely aware of where teams exactly are taking cover, what are the possible options that they have to take cover, what could be the possible options of rotation routes, and if you hear those vehicle cues, you better make sure you keep an eye on where those vehicles are headed.
I just love the way the sprays were, you know, just coming down onto the opponents. But, well, I want to see what happens in this one. Look at Airbabe. All right, well, that was a really bold move, Destro and Funky. That was a really bold move, just moving ahead from the players, from their opponents onto the other direction. That was SMK, as you could just see, onto that area. But, well, WMG Taco, these players, they are glued to these shelter areas. They don't want to move because it's first thing, it's their comfort zone. Plus, they can play around these areas. You have so many tunnels to just get in and get out of, and you can just, you know, make your game. And that's brilliant for WMG. But next circle is something that I'm worried about for that team.
Yeah.
Even if they are in the zone, they might be just at the edge of the zone. That will confirm one thing, and that is that in the next circle, they might have to move. But once they'll move, the other teams will already be in the center cluster.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, their position right now is a little bit more towards the western side of the circle, and it's definitely a bit off from the center. So it's going to move away from them, and the rotation is going to be quite tricky. But I agree with you. As you said, best part with the tunnels, you have a lot of options. You can go in from one end, come out of the other. But talking about things, I mean, airdrop number 3 coming in, ladies and gentlemen. And we have the MK14 again with the level 3 kit. So it's sort of a repeat of the last airdrop. This one quite close to the players of Infinity, and in fact even closer to another team that we do see on the radar getting in the vehicles. But we do have a knock coming in. E2S, they lose out on one of their players as the fight commences with the players of MPGX, and a nade being tossed. Wiz right in the crosshairs, take the shots with the Scarels, but delayed trigger response over there from the player, and Wiz gets behind some cover.
The way he did the first damage, I was like, he might as well just take down his opponent. But, well, now the circle moves forward. Now the zone plays the game. Now E2S has to see if they can take the fight, or MPGX has to see if they can take the fight, or both the teams have to see if they can take the rotation. But, well, Hetty goes with a really good grenade onto Wiz. Wiz is down, and now the team will be moving up forward. That's really good. Hetty opens up a portal for the players of E2S just for them to take down the fight. Look at these 2 players moving up forward alongside Kara as well. So now it's the 3 players that are moving forward. The smoke is surely helping the players right now, but it's a 1v1, and Hunter takes one down with that UMP. Brilliant UMP usage coming down from this player. Hari, meanwhile, takes down MPG's Knight as well. The finish did just arrive, but Zesty, he might as well just make the game if he's not spotted, and he is now. He's spotted. He's running in the open. He might as well just go down. Once he goes down, it's just one last player surviving. West taking down 2 players from E2S. Finisher. Can he finish the game or not? That's the most important question out here, as it's a 1v2 and finisher. So far, he had the advantage, but now once he's going in the open, he might as well lose that advantage. If he has a good grenade, he lofts it and he lofts it down onto those knocked players. He can take another one down, the one who's reviving.
So Finisher right now, what he's doing is he's just got in his buggy, healed up, and since he knows he has an opportunity of saving his teammates, he is trying to get out of the situation as fast as possible and put in as much distance between him and the players of E2S.
Look at that!
But no, they do not want that. They're going for the hunt, but no, DENO comes in for the save. DENO can potentially clash up against the players of E2S, stop them in their tracks and pick them off. Is that going to happen? But in the other direction, WMG, they are in their own troubles. But no, I mean, it is going to be a troublesome situation as, well, players are falling left and right. There are a lot of fights taking place. It is Team Seal stepping into the action again. But no, Mark Penn actually picks up the kill.
Markman, not yet though, but you know they did try to
They
go.
got a knock. They got a knock.
They did try to go with the damage and knock right now, and that's where the knock is. But I want to see the one final player from MPG. You know, I want to see Finisher where he is. Legends is down. He is still not revived. So obviously the kill did not just come down right now, but all the players are onto the right hand side. That's one thing. But well, Team Bears looking good. I mean, they did take down one player, and now Mark Penn starts up their journey with the kill department. Squadrons, meanwhile, gets eliminated as Lucy White did go down. Airbus Funky takes on Fantastic. Wish takes down Dino Lee. So far, we are just looking at all these areas, but still Finisher is surviving somehow.
Yeah, Finisher is still alive. He has managed to get away from the players, get away from the hunters, in fact, that was set on him from the team of E2S. But how long can the man survive? He's all alone in this matchup right now. And also, these few fights for the next few minutes, they're going to be completely out in the open. You're going to see a lot of prone players down on the ground, just like we do have Belzang from the team of Mark Penn. It's going to be really hard to survive, but it's going to be easy to pick up kills as well if you are someone like Baron from the team of Seal. And oh my lord, it is Dino that gets eliminated out of this game.
Well, that did happen. Urbev, meanwhile, look at this. They have a good area in this mini trench, if you would call it in a way, right? But the thing is, they can be spotted easily from the other side of the circle. I mean, they have a wider area to be spotted down from. And that's a bad thing for the players. Meanwhile, 187's Nare, he's still trying to spot out the players. But look at Team Bear, they are in the center of the zone. But well, talk about Mark Penn, all the players fearless in the center of this area. And they are really close to Bear Prince. And the circle actually shifts up north. Now these players have to get inside the circle. As you can see, so many teams from the prison area. K49, E2S, Smokers, WMG, and then other teams as well out there. SDMZ, Markmans. I want to see one thing. What is Pasta doing? Like, look at Pasta's location. Look at all the other players. He is not in the circle. If he goes from the northern side, he is a lone wolf in that area.
Yeah, he's definitely a lone wolf. Pasta is going to have to make up the distance between him and his teammates. He's really far away from them. Really far off. And I think the troublesome situation is going to arise that Team Seal actually picked up a few kills in his direction only. Also, there's the players of SDMZ present in the area. His teammates have been spotted out on the other side. A few of the shots were coming in on the players of Mark Penn, but ladies and gentlemen, we do have 187. They are trying to take the fight against the players of Urbev. Root has been spotted out. Name, he has taken a lot of damage, dropping down to around 40% HP before getting knocked out. And now the players of 187, they are in a lot of trouble. Root still surviving.
Yeah, he's still surviving, but if you're just, you know, looking forward onto all the other things, you can still see what is happening out here. 187. Oh, a good grenade that was. Yes, it was. Nare goes down. Now it might be hitting as he's just out there. K49 meanwhile gets eliminated, but look at Funky taking down Naim and Nari with that grenade, and now his other players are just looking forward for the fights. Look at the nade parade that is happening. Finisher goes down onto the other side. That makes MPG's exit onto the 11th position. We are down to 10 teams, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Fasten your seatbelts. These 31 players will have to give a run for their money right now.
Well, it is going to be a run for the lot of money, but look at this. Oh no, Taco, he came in with his buggy and well went back straight to the lobby. The players of Urbev hiding in those ditches in the ground.
You don't get chicken dinners in a Taco Bell. That's the thing. But well,
you get a chicken taco though.
Not that good. But right now, if we're just moving up forward, 28 alive, 9 teams surviving, and look at this, 187 just moving up forward. And the thing is, on to the other side, look at Team Mark Penn holding their ground. They are brilliant with everything. Team Seal, they are brilliant as well. They might as well take this fight against 187, but 187 will have to be comfortable if they are in this area. Once they make their mistakes, they might be spotted. And that is something that they'll have to be vulnerable against, because if they are spotted in these areas, their game will be taken down. We are down to 7 teams and Infinity Club becomes the next one to go down. Destro is spotted by Seal Baron, but he does not take a shot.
Yeah, he's trying to save his information. He's completely exposed. Look at this. He's literally lying on top of a rock. Unless this man is wearing camouflage, military grade camouflage, this shouldn't happen. But there's no one, absolutely no one behind him. He fires one bullet, he's going to be spotted.
Well, Hunter takes down Momo, and Momo, obviously, the circle's damage is also just happening onto the back end side, so that's only one thing. And now, look at this. The cluster of 3 teams is just out there. I want to see what E2S does as they, you know, have to move forward. Look at Kara, does not have a helmet. The vest is also damaged, but Illusion, can he take players down? I mean, barely, like, he kind of knows that there's someone. That's the edge. That's his edge. He just wants to take those players down. He knows that there's someone onto that one. Has Thompson with a holographic sight on it. Obviously, a really good weapon right now in the meta being used. Thompson and Beryl. The combination is actually really brilliant if you just want to go for this one. But Pasta is just out here, and he spots one, takes one down. Yes, he does. Has to go down. Go prone. No, he spots another one. Can take another one now. Low on the HP. He goes prone right now. Brilliant cover. He goes to take another one, but no, he goes down right now. So Ere has to put up a first hit. Does put down a first hit, and now Mark Penn's 2-3 players have to look at each and every area of the fight. They are onto the other side. Pelsen goes down from the other team. That's Team Seal. Illusion did arrive here. 1-7, 2 players goes down. Hadi is still surviving, but Erbiv's grenade obliterates.
Yeah, and the players of Markpen in a lot of trouble. They made a lot of noise coming to the rescue of their teammate. And Team Seal, since Markpen had pointed out where the players of SDMZ were, Team Seal is picking up the kills from both of those teams. Momo is going to be finished off, but now Erbiv in a lot of trouble as they come face to face with the monsters themselves. In this case, they are Team Seal.
Yeah, they are definitely the same, but well, we'll have to see how the things just change down. As you can see, the players are taking each and everyone down. EDUS goes down in the situation as well. Mark Illusion is still surviving out here, but can he or can he not take the fights in his hands more and more as he has to go for a revival as well? That's the most tricky thing. All right, he lets his player go down. The first hits have been given to him. He does not want to go up because if you know he gets up, he gets spotted. He's the last one surviving, but for how long? The team has 5 kills with 1 player still surviving, still breathing, still living in this situation. Now he has to look forward only. He's inside the circle, but for how long? Will the circle favor him? The big question out here. And now I think Baron knows that there's going to be someone onto that direction. He spots another one. Can he take the shot? Can he take the shot? Can he take him down? All right, he barely just wants to not take the shot right now. Puts up a smoke so that he gets adequate cover onto this one. Team C, look at the fact that they have 10 kills already.
Well, they do have a lot of kills to their name, but they're going to try and secure a few more before they go out. Or they're going to go for the chicken dinner straight. 5 teams remaining, 13 players still alive. And Team Seal with all of them. Erangel, he's trying to take some shots inside the smokes that he saw. Basically pointing out the position of his opponents. And he's keeping his eye out open. Look at this. Team Seal, they are in a beautiful spread. They are basically controlling one part of the circle all for themselves.
They're controlling the whole circle because they are inside the circle. Rest every other team has to make it inside the circle. Now I think Team Seal might as well just get this game. They're looking really brilliant in this situation. All the 4 players surviving until unless one player makes a big mistake and costs at least 1 or 2 players down. But well, 187 Esports did go down and they will be exiting this lobby, waiting for the next one to be formed. But now SDM might be the next one onto the hitches as Psycho gets spotted. Oh, low on the HP but high on morale. Wally does do a lot of damage onto this area. Erbiv's root also needs to put up a first aid right now. That's going to be a critical and a crucial one for him. Now Mark Penn Illusion also has to see what can he do, but he takes down one. He does finish the job though. Wally takes Erbiv's wish down in the situation. 4 teams still surviving. Meanwhile, everyone has to get inside the circle.
Yeah, everyone apart from the players of Team Seal. The nade is going to come in from Wally. He's going to try and finish whiff off. Well, he is successful. Now Erbiv, they're reduced down to just 2 players. It is Root and Funky who are going to try and survive. SDMZ Sam is going to be picked up by Wally with his mini 14. This man, he secured 5 kills out of the 14 that his team has. Now looking to secure a few more, just 7 players. So apart from Team Seal, there are 3 more players.
Whoa!
And, well, make that just 2 more.
Wow. It's gonna be a difficult situation. Mark Penn Illusion still
17
survives.
kills.
He still survives out. I mean, he was the last one and he goes down.
Oh, he denied the kill.
He denied the kill though. But
16 kills to Team Seal and they get the chicken dinner. I mean, amazing performance.
Team Seal, I mean, they start off the day. I mean, are we living in a deja vu or something? Because you remember the first day when Team Seal was playing, they did not get a chicken in the first game, but still they were looking really good with a really dominating performance. Mark Penn still was making it to top 3. Same things are happening here.
I mean, but you have to remember, right? This is one of the teams that comes from the same region as Team Zeus, and as we were talking about, they have also been there with Zeus since the start of the journey. They were one of the OGs along with No Chance, Team Bear. So they definitely know what they're doing, and in this match, we knew this was something that was required, right? Because Max Legends, they have a really big lead on the first position right now, and if you want to contest them, you need to pull up matches like this.
I just need one thing now.
Yeah.
Out of all the matches played, Mark Penn has constantly been in top 3. Constantly been in top 3. I want one match where they get a chicken dinner. I want that. Because, you know, it kind of just, you know, gets onto you. This game, second position, I still remember the previous day that they had the last game, second position, before that, third position. So they have been in top 3. Have they have one chicken dinner, that will be a really good mental boost.
I don't know. I think rather than getting a chicken dinner, if they can get 2 matches with 10 kills in each game, that does a little bit extra for them. And plus, they need to continue to finish in the top 3 in those games as well. So, Mark Penn, they have been consistent. But let's have a look at the MVP of this game, ladies and gentlemen, while we carry on our conversation. It is going to be Baron, from Team Steel. 8 kills coming in, 1,444 damage being done with 248 healing.
Wow, 248 healing, 2 assists, 25 plus minutes of survival time just coming up on this individual lad, so that's really good. And 8 kills, that's impressive. I mean, taking down the fact that this guy was using Car 98 as well.
Exactly, and it was an impressive performance, but it was impressive from a lot of other lads as well. Let's have a look at the top players now and see who are going to be joining our MVP. So we have 2 from Team Seal, Baron and Wally. It is 8 and 7 kills on these 2 lads alone. Then we have Psycho from Team SDMZ, and he lives up to his name. I mean, 3 kills with a 910 damage.
Well, that is really good. Airbrave's Root was out there with 3 kills as well, 612 damage. But, well, talking about the fact that the team has, what, 17 kills?
Yeah.
Team Seal? And 15?
They have 16 kills.
15 are out here.
Yeah, 15 on just 2 players. And these 2 players definitely were wreaking a lot of havoc. I mean, look at the damage. So, what? That's like 2,500 damage with just these 2 combined in a single game, by the way.
That's brilliant, the way these players actually played. I want to see, you know, what happened overall in the match, and, you know, about the...
Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's have a look at the summary.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the summary.
Here it is.
So, Jelly was out there with 4 assists. Carnage with being a scout for the team, for his team, and Baron will, you know, the same player with damage and the kills. Obviously, that was out there. And Psycho with the longest distance kill, 266.
Well, definitely an amazing performance coming in from all these lads. Highest damage, we definitely know for sure that is quite a lot. Longest distance kill, 266 meters, nothing to scoff about. I mean, it was an impressive performance, especially considering that SDMZ were in a tough spot and had Mark Penn not intervened, they would have survived a little bit longer. What happened was, SDMZ, you have them in one location, Team Seal in the other. They are trying to fight everyone else off in the other direction. Then Mark Penn charges in the middle of these 2 teams. They take a fight with SDMZ, turn the attention of Team Seal from the fights in front of them to these 2 right on the flank, and they finish both of them off.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that just happened out in this one. But, you know, at the end, you win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose some. But for this match, let's have a look at the rankings and see who actually won. I mean, no, with 16 kills, doesn't matter you get the chicken dinner, you definitely get the victory.
Yeah, that's true. Meanwhile, Erbib was actually higher with the kill number, so they get to be on the 2nd spot. Mark Penn with 6 kills was on the 3rd. In this one, they were in the placement point department, it was upside down, but well, out here it is what it is. SDMZ with 8 and 8 for themselves. And if you're just talking about other teams, Squadrons, DENO, Experiences, I mean, they started to give up good fights. It just went a bit of an up and down situation.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be an chaotic up and down situation. I mean, that was the match in a nutshell, right? We started off, we were like, all right, this is going to be a standard game, and then we end in the open circles. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward and have a look at the Oppo moments of this match and see exactly what we're talking about. I mean, all right, so this fight should have never been rushed.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, this was not even a proper fight. One guy just rushed down. He just get to know what happened, Baron. But then this fight, I mean, think about it. Finisher might have taken down the players because he almost, look at this. He takes down one, he takes another one down, and he almost, you know, put E2S in a pickle. Meanwhile, Taco's this thing. I don't know what happened with Taco here, but well, he later he realized. And look at Pasta. Takes down one, tries to take another one down, does a lot of damage, but then he goes on as well. Well, 187, they get eliminated afterwards, but the fights were brilliant.
The fights were definitely brilliant. And we'll have to see. I mean, how the momentum that has been picked up in this game transfers over to the other matches. I mean, in this match, I mean, I have to give a lot of credit to Wally, the way he was closing situations out for his team. I mean, look, it's just making sure that the information that he had about every single location of the individual players was absolutely being put to use, and he was shooting first and relaying the information later. Hey, I just landed a shot, I took down an off, his teammates might be here.
I mean, that's true, but kudos to the teams. I would say top 3 teams in this one. Talking about Arbiv as well, that was a good game. Talking about, Mark Penn, like that's a nice thing. If you know you cannot take up a fight, might as well not even give the kill. You're like,
exactly,
I'm good.
Exactly. Sometimes you have to take a step back, deny those points, and protect yourself in the future. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, before we move forward in the next game, we will be taking a very short break. So just stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, once again, welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 Wildcard South Asia Region. My name is Warren Super Johnny John, joined by Ocean Sharma, and now it is time for us to step into map number 2, which is going to be Sanhok. But Ocean, you and I, we were discussing on camera the sort of performances the teams have had so far in match number 1. And if things continue, I mean, based on the history, how a certain team has been playing, specifically Mark Penn is the team we are talking about. If they continue to do what they have been doing in the first 2 days, by the end of the day, they'll be sitting on the first position.
Yeah, if they continue, that's the most important thing. Even if they play the games like the second position, where decent kills, 6 kills, 7 kills, 8 kills or something like that, if they do that, and I would say, I don't know about Sanhok, I'm not pretty sure, but Miramar, for sure, they can just, because if a map has a slow start and it has a really fast ending, just like Erangel has, and Miramar as well, they like to thrive in those kind of, matches. But if we just talk about a map like Sanhok, I don't know, because sometimes it just goes for a fast start. Plus, given the fact that they are colliding with another group, you never know what might just come onto their landing spot only.
Exactly. Plus, I think I agree with you. I mean, 18 points per match, that's nothing to scoff about. And it is actually a really, really impressive performance. It is an impressive output. But what I think we need to keep an eye out for is the difference that they have between them and the first position. Also, I think you would agree with me on this. With specifically wildcard regions, it has always been sort of a twist and turn of events that teams that do not perform in the group stages and barely make it to the finals are the ones that go on to dominate in the finals.
I mean, this is the thing. This is actually the thing. And this kind of happens the other way around as well. Teams that are doing really good,
they just bomb really hard.
They sometimes falter. And now the thing is, out here you have a big number that goes into the finals, but then you have just 2 slots. So that 2 slot number kind of just, increases a lot of frustration as well. See, if you get a bad game or something like that in those final moments, because it's just 2 slots, second and third, huge tension. Second and fourth, huge tension. Probably first and second as well, huge tension. That's where the prize money also just realized, right? So everything, you can be at the first position, but holding that's important. You can be at the second position, but holding that is important as well.
Exactly, holding your spot is going to be important, and for that, you need to be consistent. You need to make a build up, basically a safety cushion between yourself and the teams below you. We've seen it time and times again. I mean, the biggest example of is going to be, for the people who actually do remember it, is going to be the World League Season 0, where the team on the first position, they had such a big safety cushion that even after having back-to-back bad performances for like an entire day, they still did not, I think, drop down to they were still in the top 4.
Yudo Gang.
Yeah.
Yudo Gang. I mean, you remember first 3 games, 3 chicken dinners, everyone was like, whoa, what is this team doing?
It took literally the other teams an entire week to catch up. They eventually did catch up to them, and Yudo Gang was still failing to perform, so they kept on dropping down. But imagine that, holding on to the top 5 for an entire week.
And then there's another story. No XGF not qualifying in the 3rd week of PMGC, but then they win the final.
They win the entire tournament. They barely made it into the to the final.
They were at the north, 9th position. I know, I was like, north, there are people at the north or something.
I've been talking about things going north, south, east and west. Let's just have a look at the map of Sanhok, ladies and gentlemen, because the game is live and the trajectory of the plane is in front of us.
That's what the trajectory is. Ruins, Painan, Bootcamp, good areas if you just want to drop down. Paradise as well. So I want to see where the fights, happen if it just starts down with everything.
Yeah, it's starting from Haten and goes all the way towards Sami, the trajectory of the plane. It's leaning a little bit towards the western side, but Sanhok is so small that it doesn't matter where the trajectory of the plane is. And in fact, you can go basically anywhere you want. I would like to see a lot more teams going towards Bootcamp and Paradise Resort than we usually get. Also, Painan seems to be one of the locations that is sometimes left uncontested. So that is also a pretty nice location for the teams to actually drop down to. But we do see DENO already clearly heading towards the area of Khao. WMG looks like they were heading towards Paradise Resort, but seeing the players of MPGX, they have sort of backed off from the entire drop location. But, alright, so this is absolutely insane, Ocean. XB ranges.
Whoa.
3 players went through the triple warehouses. 1 player is, well, he landed really far off.
He did, but this is the exact same circle as, I mean, I've seen the circle before. So this circle kind of, just ends down onto the Camp Alpha-ish side. Like, it might just go for a really hard shift. It depends on two things. But the water in the circle, it will play a lot of mind games. Because supposedly right now, from Cow to Docks, you can see a lot of teams in the Pan as well, in Query side as well. And when these teams will have to cross the water areas, it will create chaos. Preferably fourth circle or something like that. It will create a lot of chaos.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be chaotic and it will be exciting to watch. But I mean, we do have Circle that has a decent amount of water in it. So I'm pretty sure that me and Ocean, I'm sure I speak for the both of us right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. We are expecting some teams to do some insane water rotations right now.
And that's what we have in our minds. But the thing is, it does come down to teams like how they will be preparing for all these things.
Yeah.
We can think of it. We can try to, put them out just there, that fights will happen onto the water sides, and if a team wants to rotate first, they can rotate first and all those things. But still, it just goes down to how they plan for themselves. Well, that is another story, but right now we're just looking forward to all these things and everything. Look at this. Bear Marvel already was taken down, and now Smokers Rex is just moving up forward. Might as well want to confirm one kill, because obviously it's just lying there, and might as well make up the name onto the first blood list.
Well, definitely the first blood is going to come in soon, and it is going to be in the hands of the Smokers as Bear Marvel is going to be taken down. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The finish comes in. Team Bear not off to a start that they would have wanted. Also, Arimun, he is lying out in the open. The other lads from the team of Smokers are here. Rex FTW just wonderfully managing to dodge a grenade. He ran back towards his teammate. Now, Dada, Rex, they're going for the hunt. The knock comes in, and the finish is going to be there soon.
Well, it did come down, and now Dada, obviously, he was taken down, but now Susog is going to be a bit risky. I mean, Rex should not overcommit at the situation, given the fact does not have a helmet, and obviously, if Rex goes down, the team might as well just falter. But all right, he wanted to go for one kill, just became the two-kill person right now, and obviously has been the person who has taken down only two players out in this lobby, so that's really good, and now gets a helmet as well. Now he'll be moving up forward, trying to find Susog if just comes into the Hicks, but the thing is, he should heal up. I mean, that's important. If he backs up the player, that's really good, but he should heal up.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah, he definitely needs to heal up, and he has the healing utility available to do that as well. Has a decent number of bandages, 5 bandages, 2 first aids, 2 energy drinks, and 1 set of painkillers. So the man can heal up, but no. He's like, I'm going to charge in, I'm going to finish off my opponents, and I'm going to pick up the kills. All right, so now we have Squadrons, Lucif YT on our screens with a stun grenade in his hands. I think he's trying to spot out if he can shock and awe the players of Team Bear, specifically Bear Prince, who's right outside his hut. Legend trying to flank from the other side. It's just one lad. Like these guys can finish him off in an instant because the other player from Team Bear has been caught off guard by the players of Smokers. So definitely not a game that Bear thought they would have.
Whoa. Okay. Well, one shot just moving up forward, a 1v1 situation out here, but he does compromise his location. He goes down as well. Now it's down to one final player from Team Bear. I mean, you can see the thing about Team Bear was they were caught off guard one by one. In the situation, Smokers had a really good advantage, and the advantage was that they were all together. But look at Prince. He's really close to another team in this situation. He's close to the Squadrons, and now the thing comes down is, does Squadron know? Seems like it they do, because they are, encircling this area. But who will get this kill? It sounds like Legend is ready to take one for the team.
The Squadrons definitely know that this player is there. They're just being careful so that they aren't caught off guard by his teammates. They don't know who it is. Lucy, he goes for some shots on Prince, takes a lot of damage, but, well, his teammates are there to back him up, and they get the finish on Prince. So they've secured 1 kill. Smokers have secured 3, and Team Bear has been eliminated, ladies and gentlemen. We saw the first blood coming in a few minutes earlier, and now an entire team has been taken out already.
Well, that did just happen out in this one. So now we still have to see, what will be the next game, or what will the next game bring for Team Bear, if that's one of the things. But, well, Squadrons, they enjoy 1 kill, and talking about Smokers, they enjoy 3. It kind of is knowingly or unknowingly distributed among the players of both the teams. But now they're in the circle. They still have a good area. We're talking about the water rotations and all. They might have to do it. We'll still see where the circle actually just takes everyone down. Once the zone will hit the 6.5-minute marker to 7-minute marker, you'll see the first circle just forming up. The second, converting itself to the second circle. We can see Markman's players a bit in the proximity of squadrons. I mean, they cannot see them right now, but if they hear gunshots, obviously both of the teams would love to take up a fight.
Well, definitely, they would love to take a fight, but are they going to be prepared for the assault of their counterparts? Smokers, they have control of the ruins entirely to themselves. There's a lot of loot available to them, but Squadrons, they've been caught off guard on the other side by the players of Markpen. One of the lads, Lucif YT, has been taken down. Team Seal getting into the action against the players of XB Rangers. Fights are breaking out everywhere on this map right now.
Well, so far it is happening, but the thing is, for Markpen, how can they, avert this fight? The thing is that they are in the open, kind of in the open. They have to get to those houses, those compounds to keep themselves safe. That's one thing. And now the circle forms down. Yeah, just as we were just talking about this one now, as the circle is forming up, the teams onto the boot camp side and behind them will have to cross these areas. And will they come from the bridge sides or will they come from the water sides? That is the most important things. As now the circle is moving on to the ruins area, I mean, Smokers will be enjoying that area for themselves. Markpen, meanwhile, Momo, I guess, has spotted down a few players from Squadrons, but Gucci and Punisher, they are moving on to the back lines.
Well, they are moving on to the back lines, but the circle has moved away from them. And yes, Ocean, yes, we got it right. Look at the players of Team Infinity coming from the blue zone in the water right now. Where is this team going to go? Well, I hope they go to Tambang. So, well, the players of Markpen are there, and we're going to get to see a fight over there.
There's always that one team, right, that goes for the water rotation.
Always someone.
Yeah, this time it's Team Infinity. So now we'll have to see how. And, if they reach, like, do they contest someone onto the land? Or does a team just catches them on their boats or something? But, well, Erbiv's wish has been taken down by Rex. And if it's talking about Smokers, they are looking really violent today. As you can see, they took down 3 players. And now they might as well try and take down another squad. They've spotted down another player. One more shot. Oh, Funky barely survives at 1 HP. He survives at a sliver of HP.
Yeah, he does have a sliver of HP, but he's definitely healed up back to 75 again. But makes the mistake of stepping into Rex's crosshairs for the second time. The man might have let you live once, but he's not going to let it happen twice. And now Funky, who was coming to save his teammate, is going to be taken out as Rex lands a perfect headshot on the target. 2 players down. Smokers, they are looking to charge in on the players of Erbiv right now. Rex slowly and steadily closing the distance. He has root on the other side of the ridge, but they need to be careful. There's another team that's coming in for the third party, and if their timing is a bit off, this team is going to get punished. XB Rangers in the distance. Oh no, Rex, he's all alone. His teammates right behind him. He's managed to make his way to the players of Erbiv. Root and Funky in front of him. He goes for the shots, misses a few, has the canted sight on his barrel as well. But grenade in hand, it's going to be tossed. Can it dish out the damage? Can they get the knock? One more knock comes in, and Smokers, they're looking to, well, bask in the smoke of their opponents right now because they are picking them off. Just one player surviving for the team of Erbiv. It is Funky hiding behind the rock. It's a 1v4 situation. He is going to be spotted out. He's going to be finished off, and the entire team of Erbiv, they get taken out. And this is the man who started it all, Rex FTW.
I just love one thing, that Rex was actually using a canted sight previously. I just wanted to see, how they take up the fight, because sometimes it even plays with your minds. You talk about the canted sight, the red dot allocation, and alongside that, the second scope that you have might be a 6 times, might be a 4 times. How do you, just relocate both the scopes, and how do you use that in the close ranges and all those things? But they use it perfectly. They have 5 kills for themselves. The team of Smokers is looking brilliant. Meanwhile, Markman, look at this. Infinity is slowly and steadily getting closer and closer. Epic is right next to the building, but Momo wants to move forward. Momo will have to look at the backside as well, because there's one more player, as we just saw. I guess that was Resha, and yes, Resha takes down one, but hey, this area, it's just barely keeping Resha alive right now. Cage is on low HP as well, but
this is what I asked for. I asked if
Whoa!
are Infinity going to land close to Markpen, and they do, and a fight has broken out between these two teams.
What? Look at this. Momo low on HP, but well, high on morale, will be taken down right now. And now Markpen, all the players will have to move forward. They do finish down Momo, and now Markpen's all three players are just out there. Passon needs to put up a first hit, and then they'll have to move up forward. But Pelzang is also on low HP. What is happening in this particular game? I mean, we were talking about it. Markpen, can they go for a slow start and a fast conversion? That's what we were talking about. This is the time for that fast conversion if they have to go for the fights, just like we were discussing about it. Now the Circle's moving up as well. Circle goes down to Ruins as we were discussing, and as we were saying, now there's going to be a hard shift as well for the zone to just, get along to the water lines. That's going to be the next circle that will happen. But Markpen Pelzang has to move up. They have to stay with each other. Meanwhile, Infinity, I mean, I hate to break it to you, mentally they are winning this fight. They are three players. They are holding their ground strong. It's like kudos to this team for taking up a really, really brilliant fight against Markpen. Markpen is still surviving though. They might even come back stronger. You never know. This right now is becoming a game of chance and a game of your patience for what you can do. Illusion on to the other side is going to join the crowd right now from Markpen, making it a three-man squad again, as he was on to the offlines, but now he has to be with the team back again, and Infinity kind of knows this.
Well, they do know this, but Infinity in some trouble right now. I mean, they are outnumbered, they are outgunned, and the cover is, well, I have to say it's a little bit in the favor of Markpen, since they are not on the side of the sea, they are on the side of the land, and they will have the opportunity to fall back if they choose to. On the other side, Infinity, if they want to move forward, they will have to fight their way out of this one. Risha right on the edge of this hut, trying to make sure that absolutely no one tries to cross over or try to get a flank on the team, and this fight has come to a standstill right now. But not all things come to a standstill at Seal team. They take down one of the players from 187, causing a little bit of trouble over there.
Well, this just did happen, but the thing is, we still have 13 teams and 46 players alive. Everyone still have to spot the other ones, the ones that are inside the circle. They are looking really good. WMG, meanwhile, remember the last time the fights were happening, Brad was the first one to go down, as he had bad slam. You want to just talk about that, but they have MK14 right close to them, not right next to them though, but it's close to them. So if they just want to go for this one, they can enjoy the level 3 helmet and vest as well. And MK14 is a deadly gun if you want to use it as a DMR or maybe an AR, just like we say, demon with two faces. That's what this weapon is. Meanwhile, Cage has to move up against the areas. I mean, if we are still talking about this team, they have all the players surviving. They have one kill against Markpen. So Markpen will have to, just move wisely, as per se, right now.
Well, definitely, they will have to be wise with their movements, as you said. But on the other side, I mean, the play zone now, just picking off what remains of the squad of 187 Esports, they've been surrounded. I saw Team Seal over there. I saw the play zone being involved. I saw the players of E2S being involved. So basically, 187, they are in a lot of trouble in a nutshell. Yes. That is the summary of the situation they are in.
I mean, that's how it is. But look at this 187. I mean, all the players on these areas for themselves. And now you can see E2S still, trying to hold up their ground against their opponents. And they are doing damage, like a lot of it. Lots and lots of it. The circles obliterating the competition, and so are the players of E2S. Now 187 will have to see through everything. I mean, E2S, they are closer to the circle. They can, just dish out the timing for themselves. But if you're just talking about their counterparts, that's 187. They are really, really far away from the circle. The game might just end for them right now.
Well, it is going to be an amazing fight, in fact. But I mean, it has been a while. So, as we do talk about incentives to force fight, now there is an incentive since the circle has gone away from these two, but they still have over a minute to try and figure the situation out. But the circle completely moving to the side of Ruins, and the Smokers, they have been there for quite a while now. So, this could be their game.
I mean, this is what I was talking about. The next shift of the circle will leave the water area and it will go to the Ruins. That's what happened. Now look at Smokers. Like, they have a good area for themselves. They have 5 kills, if I'm not wrong, and they can increase that kill number. Obviously, they have 45 players, and this is the 45 player lobby right now, so Smokers can try. But there's going to be a backstab from Markpen from one direction, and look at that. X-Burn's going to be coming up from the other direction as well. Team Seal has to enter the circle. They will be entering the circle right about now, as we can see. So fights might as well just start. But look at this. Dada takes on Pelzang, and now Illusion Pass will have to see if they go for a revival. How can they plan that revive?
Yeah, how can they plan the revive? How can they turn things around? But it is going to be Markpen in some trouble as Pelzang has been picked off right now. Illusion is in a perfect position to go for the revive. They need to toss out a smoke in the distance, and then in the distance between Pelzang and Illusion, then they can cross over. Or well, Illusion is going to have to cross over, because if Pelzang tries to crawl his way to Illusion, he's going to be picked off by the random spray shots, by the spam shots that come inside the smoke. They need to be extra careful as to how this execute exactly takes place. Well, Pelzang, I think he's going to be finished off. E2S on the other side, dealing with the players of K49, Venom, Reaper, and Winter. They have the high ground against these players of E2S. And, well, E2S, they've managed to make the way to the edge of the circle, so not much to worry about right now. They can still stay in this position, but they definitely need to take the fight in the next few minutes.
I mean, E2S did good in that one. They were trying to hold down the other teams as well, the teams that were outside the circle. But now, once the teams are just out here, we should have to see how it just moves forward with the game, with the momentum of the game. If we just talk about it, but well, K49, look at Winter, Reaper, Venom. I mean, they have a good area for themselves. Meanwhile, Seal Zaki takes down Ernie onto this one. Cage takes down Zaki as well. So the players are trying to take down the fights and trying to dish down the damage onto themselves and against their opponents. That's one of the things, but still, it's not giving them any of the confirmations as of now. But well, all right, Rex comes down in the fights again. You could see him in the kill feed, so it just seems like the players don't want to back off from a fight. If you see a fight, you take it.
Well, definitely. You see a fight, you have to take it, because otherwise, well, if the opponent starts shooting first, they will have the advantage if they dish out the damage and you're going to be taken down. But for now, I mean, a lot of players find themselves in a sandwich situation, especially the players of Infinity. From one side, from the rear, the blue zone is coming. They have made their way inside the circle, but in front of them is Team Seal. Ankle with a beautiful nade takes down Epic. Now, Cage and Ernie, they have a 2 versus 3 situation. In fact, a 2v2, since the other players backed off. But Baron and Ankle dodging those grenades. They're waiting for the players of Infinity to climb over this ridge so that they can shoot them freely.
I mean, they do want this, right? Obviously, they would love to get into those fights, and Ankle might just go for, might just get a backstab on him if that's one thing. K49's Winter, I mean, by just using that QBZ and those grenades as well, just for himself. And now, so there's the scooter. Would they love to go for on it? Yeah, Venom's going on a scooter ride. Meanwhile, all the other players have bikes for themselves. So this will be risky. If you're using scooters and bikes, it might be really risky. And look at this, Reaper has been spotted. And see these vehicles. I don't get it, but well, now they are onto the gunfights, and oh, Rain was really low on HP. Well, Kara as well is also low on HP. Do they have grenades? Do they have throwables? Will Kara go down by the circle? That's only one of the most tricky questions. Well, Kara goes down by Reaper, and Rain as well goes down by Winter. It's Harry onto the other side. He gets spotted down as well. I mean, he has been spotted, but the exact location is not known. For the rest of the players, the circle might do the job.
Yeah, the circle is definitely going to do the job, but K49, they're going to have to finish what they started right now. The journey on the bike. Oh, look at this. Seal Ankle, the players of Infinity trying to find a way to climb on top. Ernie spotted out. He takes down Ankle first. The other players from Team Seal in the back lines aren't able to find a clear shot. Baron had the opportunity to take down Ernie right now. Missed it. Ankle has been finished off. Zeke in the back lines. Wally knocked out. Infinity in some trouble now as Ernie is starting to take a lot of damage. He heals up all right. He goes down now. Baron, he was distracted, has the Tommy gun, turns around onto the players of K49, picks them off, turns back around onto the players of Infinity, and all of a sudden, Team Seal, a fight which they were going to lose, they actually turn it around and win.
I mean, they did win, but at the cost of losing 2 players, obviously, there, and another one needs a revival. That's one thing, but well, Zaki goes down, Zaki gets finished. We were talking about Team Seal. You can see now Team Seal is in a bit of trouble. That's one thing that just happened. And just as we were looking at all those things, the Smokers, they have 14 kills already. That team has 14 kills already. X1 Junior Whitey does get eliminated onto this one, but Team Smokers, I mean, they are increasing the number, but now they have to get inside the circle.
Yeah, they definitely need to make the way inside the circle. They have a really good momentum going for themselves. A lot more kills they can pick up along the way. But the first team, they need to get past is going to be the team of DENO. It is just 2 players, so 4 versus 2 situation, numbers in their favor. Dada closing the distance on to Ghostly on the other side. Rex FTW has spotted out the players of Team Seal, takes down one. The finish is going to come in. Oh no, DENO Ghostly, he goes down. Lee is going to be taken out, and the Smokers, they still survive. One shot has been knocked out, quite a distance away from the circle. If the revive comes in, he needs to heal up really fast and get out of here as soon as possible. SDMZ out of nowhere, they spot out the Smokers. One more player being taken down. Wally is going to be finished off as he takes a lot of damage, and the game could completely turn into the favor of SDMZ just because they reached inside the circle first.
Yeah, that is, one thing that obviously they did. But now we are down to 2 teams. Smokers, 17 kills. 3 players surviving. I want to see this 3 versus 4. Can they go for a 21 kill game? I mean, they have had the momentum, but the circle, oh my god, the circle is against them. You came so close, and not the circle so far. I mean, this is just 50 meters, but these 50 meters are going to be the toughest one between them and the chicken. And then obviously their opponents. So it's a 3v4. 17 kills on Smokers. Look at Rex just moving up forward, making his way for that rock as fast as he can. Ace follows up, and one shot is on a different angle. But the thing is, now they make it inside the circle, but they still have a long way to go. 14 seconds. All right, he switches on to the canted side for himself. He goes just a bit down with that animation on for the slide. But oh, a good grenade takes down Ace. First aid is being popped up by Rex, but the thing is, how much longer can he hold this area? One shot onto the other side, and Rex has to do something. He's on low HP again. Back-to-back low HP is what he is on. Now, a molly is being thrown onto his direction. Did the molly hit someone? That's one question, but now he has his own Molotov. Will go for a revive. Yes, he is going for a good and a decent revive right now. Still has a canted side open. I want to see how that works in the close range. That's the most important thing. Sam, slowly and steadily just moving up forward, has an M4 and a Thompson for himself. One shot might just get spotted, but the revive did just arrive. This is a really tricky situation for the players. As Rex does spot down one, he spots one, he takes one down, making it a 3v3. Can he spot down Jelly? Yes, he does. Rex takes down 2. He has to take up this fight, takes down the 3rd one on just 1 HP. It's a 1v3. Can he clutch the situation? But look at the Psycho is on low HP. 17 kills, make it 21. Yes, they do.
Well, in an instant, the fight completely turned around, and what looked like a situation that would put this team in trouble.
Wow.
Well, Rex FTW, he started it all, and he made sure he was the person to end it as well. 21 kills to the Smokers, one of the highest frags chicken dinner we have had in this tournament so far. 36 points being secured.
1 HP, 1v4, that was.
Yeah.
One of the most brilliant things to have ever seen today. Wow.
It was an incredible moment. I mean, especially, also the players of SDMZ. They I don't know what they were doing. They were trying to finish off. You know, one player is surviving. Try and finish him off as well.
I mean, the way... That was brilliant. That is the perfect use of a canted side. That is perfect use of your utilities.
And he has been using that since the start of the game.
Exactly, and taking so many kills. I think we know who the MVP is for this one.
On the same weapon, yeah, we know the MVP. So let's have a look at the stats of Rex FTW, ladies and gentlemen. 10 kills out of the 21. So, well, slightly less than the 50% kill contribution mark, but, well, they had 21, to be honest, so...
5 assists. Talk about this.
Look at this. 1779 damage by one player, and he did 162 healing.
Yeah, but look at this. 5 assists. He was out there. Had he had much more time, we could have taken those 5 kills as well.
I mean, already 21. 36 points in one game. Smokers are definitely... they will definitely have a huge boost in the points that they have.
That's the jump.
36 points is basically like half of what the teams on the 4th and the 5th position have.
Yeah, let's have a look at the top players as well, right?
Let's
Just to see where the other players are. It's Dada, it's Ace, it's Seal Baron, then comes the other player, okay?
Yeah, exactly. 3 from the Smokers, 10 for 17 kills on our screens right now, like the entire team.
I'm stunned with the performances, think about it. The way the game, just made its way onto everything. Ace was down in the final fight, but well, he did get up a good revive.
And Dada got picked off a few moments earlier, but let's move forward and have a look at the standings of this game now, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have the rankings in front of us. 36 for the Smokers and SDMZ on the 2nd with 19.
Well, that did surely happen. I mean, that's like, had it been 38, that we could have said it's totally the half or something. But right now, this was still brilliant, the way the fight just happened. 14 by Seal Esports, 9 by MPG, XP Rangers have 8, DENO has 8, ED. I mean, just 21, 7, and 5 by E2S. These are the only kill numbers. Other than that, every team has had low kill points for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, the kills were basically picked up by one team, right? 21 kills to one team. That means 1/3 of the server being picked up by just one squad. That left hardly any kills for the teams that were taken out earlier. Especially, alright, this time I have to say I feel specifically really bad for the way Bear went out.
Yeah.
Because you never assume stuff like that is going to happen. You think, all right, we're going to drop. What's the worst possible situation? I mean, this is the worst possible situation, but something that you do think of normally is like, all right, we're going to lose one player. We're going to lose two players. The entire team?
I mean,
yeah, that was upsetting.
You can say that they gave away, I would say, they might have been a mistake because they were higher in number. They had a good area. They already had the circle. They did knock down the first player. But the things,
I think definitely
it was Rex.
They will be looking to the next game. Yeah, Smokers were the one who picked up 3 over there as well. But let's have a look at the Oppo moments now, ladies and gentlemen, and see basically the highlight reel of the Smokers from the start to the end.
Started from here. It's going to move forward to here. That's Rex for you. It's Rex's highlights. Look at
so at this point, he did not have the canted side. He got the canted side once they made it to the ruins and they picked up the fight with the second team.
Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant use of it. If you just, want to talk about this one. So one shot did finish round one player, and the last player, Bear, was surviving. He gets taken down by Squadrons players as well. In the Swiss Punisher does the job, and Team Bear was the first one to
now he has the canted side.
Yeah, I mean, he was using it on Beryl for sure.
Yeah.
And, M4 was being taken down for those longer ranges, and they held their ground. They held the ruins perfectly. They did not allow any team to get inside the ruins. Talk about Markman. They were trying to get in. They did take them down. Markman took a really good fight before this one, but then Momo got down and was finished. Exactly the thing that happened.
I called the fight between Markpen and Infinity as soon as I saw Infinity in the water, and as soon as I saw where they were headed. It was something that was quite obvious. You're going to look to land in a city that's closest to the circle. They did that perfectly. But you need to make sure that, I mean, you have a backup plan to make it inside the circle. Because as you said, Ocean, the circle is bound. It is programmed to move away from the waters a huge chunk of the times, and it is sticking to the land areas. Yeah. That is how the game works. You have to be prepared for that. Infinity did not take into account. They assumed that they were going to get to the land for free.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But on to the other directions. We'll still, see what happens in the upcoming matches and all those things. But this was the ending. This was the ending that just, changed the course for them as well. I mean, 10 kills by an individual lad. Brilliant.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, also, first blood from Rex, last blood from him as well.
Yeah, I mean,
we should start calling him
really.
T-Rex now.
That happens really, yeah. Just
Terminator Rex, something like that. We got to find a cool name for him. But it was an amazing performance. And moving things forward, I mean, if the momentum like this, if you can deal with this sort of aggression, this sort of performance, I think Miramar, definitely, they're going to be on a really good mental attitude. But let's have a look at the overall standings now and see where does this actually put the Smokers in. So 36 points from this match, and now they hit 70.
They hit 70. They had like what? 34 previously, and that's a big jump as well. In the top 8 straight away. Brilliant. But I still want to, just get a hold of Markman. Still no chicken. Obviously, this game was bad for them.
Yeah.
Just as we were talking about this, right? The Sanhok, I don't know, just like I said. But, well, talking about the other teams, SDZ, that was a brilliant fight that they actually gave no chance as well. But on to the other side, if we just talk about this, you can see how the fights were just, forming up onto all the players. But look at this, Zeno, K49. I mean, these teams do have to step up the competition. If one team can do it, have a really good jump, they can as well.
Yeah, they definitely can have a good jump and try and move forward. But they need to make sure that they have a 36-point game as well, which is really hard to do.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It's kind of difficult, though. It's not on the easy side for sure.
It's definitely not easy.
187B. I mean, I don't know what happened to Team Build.
Basically, Smokers before this last match, they were out of the top 24.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
They jumped from out of the top 24 from the last chart of the standings to the first chart of the standings.
I mean, that's how close the competition is. You can just talk about this one. The competition is still really close. Top 3 might be a different thing, but now if you just make up a really good game like this, you slowly and steadily start going up. And yes, ISL Nubela is there at 25th, and obviously they are 35 points. They're not playing today.
Yeah.
Behind them was this team, and they had a really big jump.
That was basically a Cinderella story right there for the day. From 25 to 32nd, 25 to 31, straight into the top 8. Now all they need to make sure is that they carry it forward. They try and showcase what they are made of before heading into the finals. Because, well, I mean, Team The Smokers, they're definitely heading to the finals now.
Yeah, I mean, the way they are playing, they would, want to go for the competition, want to go for the big leagues, if anything. And they would love to show the same kind of domination out there if they just, get a hold of that one. That's for sure. But now we're just talking about all these teams, that happened. The fast-paced game, they did it. I want to see what they do in Miramar, because that just changes the pace altogether.
Exactly. I mean, it is going to change everything how the game happens in that map. But before that, we're going to take a very short break. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We will be right back.
Let's get it.
Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 Wildcard South Asia Region. My name is Warren Super Johnny John, joined by Ocean Sharma on the desk, and in a few moments we will be stepping into the action on the map of Miramar. But before that, what an amazing match, the last one.
It was a brilliant match. If we just talk about this match, right? I mean, incredible numbers just coming out of Rex, and everything we just talk about this. I mean, the player owned that one map.
He owned everyone.
I want to see what he does on Miramar, because he was taking good close range fights. In Miramar, if you got to spot your opponent, you got to spot him, at longer ranges.
Yeah, and the sniper action is definitely, it needs to be on point from you. But as you so wonderfully pointed out, in the different regions we have seen the Winchester being put to use. I would love to see that over here as well, because definitely miss the weapon, definitely miss a lot of weapons, the Winchester being one of them, the AUG since the last few changes, and it is basically people prefer the other weapons over that.
I mean, if you're just talking about maps like Miramar, players like to go with so sometimes people go with M4 6 times, and if you want to go with 5.56 loot, you go with Mini 14. That helps. If you're gonna go with AKM or Beryl, you can go go with Kar98 M24. Like, you have options. You can go with SLR, you can go with SKS, and well,
basically the DMRs or the double ARs.
If you get AWM, I mean,
that is one bolt action that you can't ignore. Other than that, people we have seen the meta sort of shift from bolt actions to DMRs, from that to double ARs, with M16 sort of picking up a huge chunk of uses over time. But can never ignore the OM. I mean, that one shot, tons of damage potential that the weapon has. It is like,
Mostly what happens is...
you can't ignore it, your opponents can't ignore it either.
Yeah, sometimes you have a level 3 helmet.
Yeah.
You peek up from a ridge, it's Kar98, it takes up a damage, it just destroys your helmet and not you. It
You
actually
still survive.
You still survive at like 20 HP or something. But if it's an AWM, if you peek up, you are the one making a mistake.
You are instantly going down. There's absolutely no way you can survive the shot coming from that weapon. And there is a reason we call it the big green cannon, right? Because it hits you as hard as a cannonball would. And I mean, this is a map that has been deemed the map of the snipers, but we hardly get to see the sniper action over here. So would definitely love to see that being brought back up.
I mean, exactly. This is the map that is deemed for the snipers. Plus, there's another thing. I mean, I'm just forgetting that. The way the players, use Mirados and all those things, right? Sometimes you feel like you can rotate through those coarse roads, but your vehicle gets stuck and your vehicle gets blown because you are in someone else's crosshairs. Sometimes in the open areas, it
exactly. And be it that as well, apart from that, in fact, when you're traveling on the off-roads, you're climbing up a ridge, there's an entire squad waiting for you over there. Need to be careful about that, because it's not just you that is thinking about taking the off-road roads, it's about the entire team as well. And that is one of the reasons that we have seen teams, specifically the teams that drop towards the southwestern side of the map, be it Chumasera, be it the Los Higos, the prison island over there. Those teams take the long edge highways that are present along the edges of the map, and they make it to the circle safely.
So we've been seeing a lot of La Bandita circle in Miramar, right? We talk about Miramar circles, we talk about Erangel circles, we've been seeing the central line circles mostly. We talk about Sanhok circles, we've been seeing the ruins circles, ruins and the upper side of ruins, those circles we've been seeing back to back. So now we talk about this one, we've been seeing La Bandita circle, but I want to see something different, like something, we have seen a few Los Leones circles as well. We have seen a few, like in the other days, let's suppose it's PMGC or something, you've seen Chumasera circles where players have to take fight from higher ground to lower grounds, and the players in the low grounds can be inside the houses to save themselves. So those kind of things kind of just trick up against you. The difficult circles in Miramar are the ones with houses. As compared to the open areas, because in open areas you sometimes have ridges to save yourself, and no one will rush from one ridge to the other because it's an open area.
Plus, since you're coming off from a distance, it's much easier to actually see some people that are peeking out of position than you can see, and basically be cautious about their positions. When it's a city fight, when it's an urban area fight, be it El Pozo, be it Los Leones, which is like a really massive city, it becomes really hard. People are going to be prone down behind a window. They're going to be keeping an eye on you, and you run into an ambush.
That's what I was, telling some other talents as well for the other regions when we were discussing about all these things. See, the difficult circles in Erangel are the open circles, because you can rush in those circles. There are not a lot of ridges. There are, if you knock 2 players down, you can just rush there with your squad. But the difficult circles in Miramar are the contrary. It's the house zones, because you might as well rotate from one house to the other, throw a grenade in the house and just rush in. Things like that can create a lot of impact. Exactly.
Completely agree with you on that. And Miramar, I mean, the map in itself is quite interesting. I mean, the size is always going to be a key factor to that. But let's see actually how this game turns out. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, the match is live. So the trajectory of the plane is in front of us. Starts all the way from Trailer Park and goes all the way to Puerto Paracio.
Los Leones pick out a good areas. It's coming out of Chumasera as well. If a team wants to just drop down there, they can. El Azhar, meanwhile, might be a bit of a troubling situation. You might as well just get a vehicle from the backside of Junkyard if you want to go there. But still, that's a different story. Talking about Campo Militar, Torre Amuda, I mean, teams, we'll have to see if a team just goes there. But, coming back from Campo Militar might just be a challenge.
Well, it is definitely going to be a challenge over there. I don't think we're going to see any of the teams going in that direction as well. But moving forward with the game, ladies and gentlemen, we do have SDMZ taking an exit from the plane. The players of XB Rangers, they've decided to go towards El Pozo, which, I mean, as of now seems like a really good decision from them, because there's absolutely no team that is heading into that city with them. So they're going to have a free loot, a good early stage.
Yeah, but right now, as the players are just dropping down, it just comes down to one thing. You can see onto the backside of Monte Nuevo to Chumacera, there are two teams just going right next to each other onto the parachutes. So I just want to see if there will be an early contestation, yes or no, and how does it happen, if it happens. Well, but onto the other side, you can see Los Leones is somewhere surprising, because there are a few teams onto the sides of Los Leones, but some of them are going to La Venta, some of them are going to Puerto Palacio. So yeah, things might just change.
Yeah, things are definitely going to change in this game as the circle, look at this, Ocean, moves towards the Los Leones area. And talking about Los Leones, Urbiv is the only team over there.
Again, La Venta is still here in this circle. And Los Leones means Urbiv does not need to move at all.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have 14 teams in this matchup instead of the usual 16. I mean, we've been having matches with 15 teams today, but now this one is going to be just with 14. And looks like WMG, they're already in a bit of a skirmish right now. Yeah. And it is going to be a 4 versus 4 situation that they're in. Yeah. The players have managed to get themselves some loot. Harry has an M4, has an Uzi, and it is a fight between them and the players of K49.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But now, if we just have to see forward onto this thing, you can see WMG Harry just, trying to spot someone if he can. But it's just one thing. K49 is just right next to them. But look at the player situations. I just love one thing. K49 is all together with each other. Meanwhile, their opponents, they are just a bit away from each other. So if we just see K49, what they can do is just charge in together if they get 2 players or 1 player knocked. But WMG, if one of their player gets knocked, the other one will have to see. Look at Harry. He's away from his team, like not exactly away, but all the teammates are in the other building. Meanwhile, he's in the other building, so he just has to stay and stick here by his own self. Meanwhile, Taco and Brat are onto those hotel building areas. Sengi is in that Picaro Stadium. So the players of WMG are away, but it's like one thing that they might try to give cover to each other.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try and into positions from where they can cover each other. But moving forward, this fight is going to be really difficult to break off, as the players of K9, they have good positions as well. Like, for example, if Harry tries to aggress on Winter, he's going to be picked off, as the crossfire is there between the players. Same goes for if anyone tries to move over to the other side of the team. Carnage from the squad of K49 has backed off quite a bit. So if unless DENO decide to move in their direction, K49 and WMG, there's absolutely nothing that's going to happen in that fight. Talking about fights breaking out, I think Puerto Palacio is where we will see the first fight. So Infinity is there along with 187 eSports, and both of the teams will definitely look to move towards the northern part of the map from their position. So either they will look to move to Los Leones or La Benedita, and as they do, if their timings align perfectly, if the stars align, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a fight over there.
We will definitely have a fight over there. But right now, you can see just a few things, right? We talked about Urbiv, we talked about the Picaro brawl, but I want to, put your attention towards one thing, that El Pozo is the maximum where the players are. No one above Crater Fields, no one on Water Treatment, no one on El Azhar. I mean, that means every team will find a safer spot inside the circle, because the teams will, try to get inside the circle. Teams and El Pozo, that's X-Burn, might as well try their rotation from Power Grid and get inside the circle. So teams will find already a comfortable spot for themselves. That's a really good thing. Meanwhile, 187 is also at a really good area alongside their counterparts. That's going to be INC, we just want to call them. So Infinity is also looking really good at Puerto Palacio, but they might just go in an early skirmish against each other. We still have to see where the players, of Mark Penn are. Alright, so they are at a really good area onto the backside of Graveyard and Junkyard. E2S and Smokers, I want to see what Smokers do right off the bat, because they are at Hacienda right now.
Well, they are at Hacienda, and they're going to start their movement, start their journey towards the southern direction. But E2S, with the split that the players have, the risk is going to be there of 1 or 2 individuals being picked off. Let's see if that happens, especially considering the team of Smokers and Mark Penn are the 2 teams surrounding them. So it is going to be quite a tricky situation for the team to escape. I would like to see how XB Rangers actually managed to make their way from El Pozo to inside the circle right now. But I mean, the easiest rotation for the team, I have to say, it is going to be SDMZ, because they just have to move a few meters. There's absolutely no one in their direction, and they will have a easy time coming into the circle. But look at this. WMG, the fight is being forced against the players of K49, and it is Venom right in front of them.
Yeah, that is true. It is Venom right in front of them, and right now we'll have to see how, the things just pan out as Venom is just moving up forward. He's solo out here, and there comes Reaper with that vehicle just straight inside. But can he take up the fight? I mean, that was a good fashion. Well, he goes down. Whoa, Venom is surviving. Not anymore. He goes down as well.
Oh man.
Well, the bike was good.
Yeah, the moment was epic. It was an epic moment, but it turned out to be a little sort of a fail, though, because he came in feeling like he was, I think, Ghost Rider or something, but he got picked off. I mean, he wasn't in flames or anything, so...
Okay. The ghost riding did happen, though.
Yeah, I mean, he became a ghost afterwards.
The crate did go down. But, well, WMG, these two players will have to see what happens against Carnage and Wind, because those two players are surviving, and they are surviving really good right now. Still, we have to, just find out all the things about those players, just as we are saying. Why did the rush happen with just two players? That's my question for K49. Why did the backup not arrive at that area?
I think they were like, all right, we're just going to shoot them from here only. You guys, if you want to take the fight, just take it. I don't know. I think, but definitely a lot of miscommunication between the players. Carnage and Winter still surviving. WMG definitely have built themselves up a massive advantage from a huge blunder from the side of K49. And it is going to be up to WMG to actually wrap things up over here, because in a few moments they will also be required to move forward in the game, moving forward to the other circles that will be taking place in a few minutes.
Yeah, that is true. But now, if we just, move about Carnage and all these players. So, Carnage, like, these players will have to stay as quiet as they can, because, losing two players in the early skirmishes, it always is a tricky job.
Well, definitely. The job needs to be done. But Squadrons, so still sticking around the place of Valley Del Mar. They will be moving forward from there and entering the circle from the southern side. As we said, the big roads on the edge of the map, that's what the Squadrons will be using. DENO, they have actually managed to vacate the premises of Chumacera and are looking to move towards, it looks like they're moving towards the Los Leones area. It looks like basically everyone is moving to Los Leones right now. Urbiv, they've been there for quite a long time. Los Leones, it is a big city, and the players of Urbiv are quite far away from each other, so they better make sure they regroup in buildings right next to each other and try and survive. Try and make sure that the cover fire is there. Try and make sure that they defend at least their part of the city.
Yeah, that is true. But if we just, see through all these things in all the areas, somehow, we still have to, look at the survival of the players. Look at SDMG. Two players are still outside the circle onto the backside of Mount Never. They have to make it inside the zone. And if we just like, we were saying it, all the teams will be good inside the zone. And all right, so first airdrop already has an AWM. I would love to see how that pans out. If someone takes it, I mean, you can see E2S's players just moving ahead, but they're not looking in this direction yet.
I think they will definitely turn towards the airdrop once the airdrop lands, and they have the red smoke signal. One of the players might be heading in the direction to actually pick up that weapon. And as we did talk about it in the before the match started, it is really important to have a weapon like that in this map. If you can pick up a scope along with that, that's going to be just that's going to do you wonders.
I mean, that would be brilliant if you can just, get that thing happening. But look at this MPG. Like, how can they take this fight? I mean, Team Bear, the thing is that they had a bad fight in the previous game. Now they want to change it all together. Marvel has been taken down, and now MPG's Wiz is just moving up forward to take up fight against Arimon, and Arimon will be the next one to get spotted. The players from Team Bear, Susok was doing a jump TPP peek as he was trying, but I guess they might as well just spot one. Well, Wiz does not spot anyone. He has to look onto the back end side. Arimon might as well take him down. No, Arimon goes down. And from the left hand side, it's Susok. The Uzi might as well do a lot of damage, switching into Scar L, and that is going to be a 1v1. And there it is. Susok takes down one. He gets a bit of damage on himself. Needs to go for a reload. But what's going to happen? He spots another one from the back lines of him. He and Marvel are the two players surviving. But for how long, that's going to be the question. He is throwing up a good grenade, but it's on a different direction. That's one thing. But Marvel, can he save Prince? That's one question. Meanwhile, Ernie is moving up forward as well.
Well, Ernie is moving forward indeed, but the players from Team Bear, I mean, Susok, he's taking a lot of damage. He's barely surviving, just like 10 HP on him. the good thing is he has the ridges, so the cover is going to come in. Infinity, with the high ground advantage, they have the potential to pick up a lot of kills from this fight. The fight between the players of MPGX and the players of Bear, they're definitely going to pick up the players of Bear. Marvel, he gets a knock, but the 3 players on the high ground, they had to protect Ernie, but no, Ernie was picked up by the players of MPGX. Wow, the triple threat matchup over here, the love triangle between these 3 teams.
This is a sandwich for Team Bear, the one that they would not enjoy. This tastes bad to them and they know it.
This tastes bad to everyone apart from the players of MPGX. They have the opportunity to back up. No, the shots come in on Rollin. He sees to solve. The knocks comes in, and now the finish is going to be there as well. Team Bear reduced to just a single player now. Marvel is the last man surviving.
Well, Marvel is just out there, but look at this Infinity. They are trying everything in their power to take up this fight. They don't have any kill. They did lose 1 player, so now it's their time that they want to shine out. And oh, Epic, that was a really good spray, taking down Knight. But Knight will be quickly revived, but I guess they have spotted on another one, and the enemy's ahead. The location, the enemy has been marked onto that direction. Meanwhile, kudos to Marvel. Look at his survival skills. He's not making any noise. The smoke is just helping him. As of now, for Team MPG, what they're thinking is maybe Infinity is doing the smoke, and Infinity thinks that maybe MPG did that smoke, but Marvel is in the center lines of that smoke, and now Marvel has to get out of there. That is his only challenge right now. Key goal, survive.
Yeah, key goal is definitely going to be survive, but first he has to he has to find a way out of these 2 pieces of bread that are holding him inside the sandwich. One being the players of Infinity, the other one being the players of MPGX. And well, the only way is if it gets extra toasty right now, and Infinity and MPGX basically end up picking each other off. But look at this ocean. I like this. The circle keeps moving south.
I mean, yes, it does. It does keep on moving on to the southern direction. That's where the players will be tricked down to everything. Well, that's going to be one thing, but look at this. All right, Epic goes down. Well. The same spray strikes back onto Epic. Meanwhile, Mark Pinpasa is taking up a good fight onto the other side as well, but we'll have to see what happens in this one as Knight is moving up forward. Another smoke just tossed down for the Savior, but Knight's helmet has been taken down, and now it's going to be really tricky. But hey, Resha takes down 1 more, and this fight just goes on back and forth with no other casualty coming out. Obviously, Ernie did go down, but that was a few minutes back. And now, after this circle, both the teams just have to see one thing in after 10 seconds. Do they fight or do they move out of here? Because the zone is going to be the big bad villain.
Well, we're going to find out in the next few seconds, aren't we? Because these 2 teams, both of them, as you've so wonderfully said, they are required to get out of the situation, and they are required to move into the circle. Since the circle is moving south, this is going to be a troublesome situation. Infinity are in a wonderful position from where they can decide to back off first, and then MPGX, they will have the time to move in later on in the stage. But, I mean, the player was knocked down. Infinity had the opening to move back. They can the best case scenario for Infinity right now is to fall back inside the circle and then wait on the edge. But look at the players of K49. They're so far away from the circle, and now they are finally to manage to make their way in. Basically, they will be safe in the safe area between the blue zone and the play zone, and then they will make their way inside the play zone. It is a long journey for them.
Yeah, it is a really long journey for these players, if anything. And right now, as you can see, E2S is Eddie just, sitting out in this one particular area. Rain is also just out there, but for how long? The thing is that, I mean, they are losing. They lost one of their players, and that, just kind of makes up a tricky thing. But so is for Urbriv, because they did lose Destro out in this particular skirmish that just happened. So now they are inside the circle, but the thing is, holding this area, it's going to be tricky affair, because now the teams are going to be just, rushing in, pushing in, trying to find their own comfort zone, and they might just, try and obliterate some other team's comfort zones.
Well, definitely, they will be looking to obliterate not just the comfort zone, but the team itself. That is definitely something that teams are looking out for. But the squadrons going up against the squad of SDMZ. Sam has been finished off. DENO fighting the fight against WMG over there. On our screens, though, we have the players of E2S, ladies and gentlemen, who are in a sort of a weird position. I mean, they're surrounded by 2 different teams, both of them being on the high grounds. So they will have to find a way to just stay inside the cover and bunker down until the next circles, until they know exactly where they have to go. Because, well, right now, things work out.
Yeah, as of now they do. But afterwards, it might as well just be a bad. Well, Sengi, you can see Car 98, you know it's made for this map, and that's where it's being used to the best of the best, in best of the best ways. Well, WMG, they still have to, you know, just move just a bit back, and then they might just start off their rotation onto the other direction. Yes, that is exactly what they're doing. That's brilliant. Blazon takes on one player from K49, that would be Carnage. Epic has a Groza. The airdrops are being used to perfection as well, so and so are the airdrop guns, and that's where the Groza will be utilized at. But well, Blazon ends the final player as well for K49, and K49 gets eliminated.
Well, the elimination comes in for the entire squad. They were really far away from the play zone and they got punished really hard. But WMG still surviving, surrounded from all directions. Look at this. So they had a team in front of them, a team on the low ground that they were trying to reach. DENO goes, these spots are the players of Markpen, goes for the shots. But no, Brad, he comes across the players of Squadrons, taking a few shots on Gucci. The damage wasn't done. Brad did take some damage on himself though. WMG Harry is going to be picked off by the players of XB and Rangers. So WMG, they are fighting two different teams in two different locations and they are getting picked off by both of them.
Yeah, from all the directions and everything, it was supposed to be a difficult affair for the players. But well, we'll still have to see how the things just, you know, go down. X-Burn's players are also just, you know, getting a hold of these fights. But well, WMG slowly and steadily being reduced to, you know, lesser and lesser number of players right now. The fights are just getting against them and they are reduced to just one final person. Sengi, who has a Car 98 though, did land up a few headshots onto the opponent. But now it's time to take up all the fights in own hand. Is inside the circle, but for how long?
Well, they definitely have to take the fight in their hands, and it is just up to Sengi. So, well, better than taking the fight in his hands, all he has to do is just stay behind the rocks and try and survive and then pick the players off while they are distracted. Because in the end, it is still 12 teams surviving, so not enough points for survival he's going to receive if he gets eliminated right now. Squadrons on the other side, they are taking the fight against the players of Markpen. Momo has been taken down, he has been finished off. 3 kills already coming in for the Squadron, so off to a decent start right now. Plus, since they are inside the circle, they can gatekeep the players of Markpen and stop them from coming inside the circle. Look at this, Pelzang illusion. They're trying to move in, a nade being tossed towards Legend, but no, it bounces off on top of the rooftop of the shack. Finally, the second nade lands in, the Molotov goes in, and Legend, well, he's about to become a myth and a legend right now because he gets finished.
Yeah, he does get finished in Markpen. Pelzang will be enjoying one grenade kill, but Parson needs a revive, and Pelzang will be moving up forward to that one as well to see how that can just pan out in everything. But well, look at this. SDMG Zara goes down onto the other side as well, and SDMG Esports gets eliminated, reducing everything to 11 team a game right now. But hey, it's just, you know, the start for all these things. We still have to see how the things just pan out and turn out for the players and against the players, and that's what the thing is. Markpen is inside the circle. But the thing is, they have to move further in. You have to contest the central area in these kind of games.
Yeah, you definitely have to contest the central area. Otherwise, you're going to be in a lot of trouble because, well, that is where you will receive the most information from, and in circle like these, information is always going to be the key to victory. Had this been in the Los Leones area, you could have just kept your head down, let the other teams fight it out, do not care where they are, do not care where they are hiding, just let them fight it out. And once the gunshots sort of drizzle down to just a few shots coming in every now and then, that's when you try and see if you can take the fight. But as of now, since there's a lot of ledges and ridges that you have to keep a track of, and a lot of players that are coming in, getting control of those shacks, you need to make sure that you're looking everywhere. But see, exactly like Lucy Whitey did right now in front of our screens. So now he knows where his opponents are. But since he did not fire a shot, there's a possibility that they won't be aware of his positions. His position is secure, their position is compromised, and now he can look to finish off the players in the back first, clearing the back lines first so that no backstab happens on his team when they actually move into the circle.
I mean, that's how it should be done right now, and that's what he is looking forward to. But we still have to see. I mean, look at that. Wish goes down by Rex. Smokers Rex once again starting up the competition onto his own lines. Can he spot the other players? It sounds like he would try to take those players down as well. Well, DENO Lee goes down as well. Team DENO might be in a bit of trouble as well, but Wiz has to move forward. The M16 is being used with tap shots and might as well just go for confirmation. But Fantastic does not want that to happen. He needs to go and revive his teammate, because obviously one extra helping hand will be helping out in the game for sure if one player stays alive. But look at this, EWS moving forward, but hey, Illusion takes one down. Pelzang has an M249 and he will for sure want to write this poem out in this one. Other players are spotted down as well. well. Heidi takes down one with a barrel. Oh my god. Heidi is still surviving out here, but Smokers Dada goes down onto the situation. Heidi, how long can he survive? Because Mark Penn, I think they want to take this kill.
They definitely want this kill. They are hungry for it. Smokers, Rex getting into position. The man wreaked havoc on his opponents in the last game. Can he do the same? The answer is going to be no. Oh, a really nice nade from Pasta, and Rex falls down to his knees. So Markpen just making sure that they are in an advantage in the situation. They have the M249, definitely can fire the 100 bullets, all of them inside the smoke, and finish off the players of the Smokers who are hiding inside the smoke right now. Illusion and Pasta trying to hold their ground while one of their teammates tries to get a flank on these players. See, Rex has been revived. It is a 4 versus 3 again. Mark Penn, they had the advantage a few seconds ago, but now it's gone.
Yeah, it is definitely gone out in this one. But so far, the things that we have seen into the fights, we still have to see how the things, just pan out. Well, we are down to 7 teams surviving, 21 players alive. Smokers, this time they are low on the kills though, but still they are not low on morale. If they find a person, they would love to take that person down. 19 bullets. I think like this guy should reload. Everything all right, so he goes for the reload as well. And the circle, where will the next zone go? There's the 5th circle. It will do a lot of damage, but the circle goes down, and it is into the hands of 187. They have to hold those houses for themselves, just like we were discussing about it, and now the players will try and make their way inside the circle. All right, so Erbev, I think the players have been spotted by Rex, and Rex might as well just try and take down that person. But all right, so does do a lot of damage to the vehicle, not to the player.
Well, what damage being done to the vehicle can impact the team's performance in the later stages, especially considering that the team is outside the circle right now. There's just one team inside the circle, and they will definitely have a massive advantage for themselves. But it is Smokers that we are looking at right now. 2 kills already secured. Rex still trying to figure out where his opponents exactly are. Sees one smoke, knows where one player is. Alright, he sees all of those smokes and knows exactly where he can expect some threat to come in from. But now it's time to protect yourself, so better get behind some cover, better watch out for those positions, and just make sure that the information has been relayed to your teammates. He definitely marked those spots for his teammate, but damage coming in from the other side as well. Oh, whoa, Funky. The barrel spray on Naeem absolutely misses its mark.
Whoa.
And, well, Naeem actually managed to survive the situation.
As of now, yes, he does. Funky, like, he has one more grenade. He's cooking the grenade good. I just want to see, does it do damage? It was just a bit onto the left-hand side. It won't do a lot of damage. And now he was switching to FPP for some reason. But the players are moving up forward. I mean, they can take this fight for sure. Look at the off angles that they are creating against the opponents. And that might just be a good finish if it just comes down to that. But, oh, no, Funky goes down. Funky does go down. Wish is on low HP as well. Wish goes down as well. Wow. Where is him? And Nam takes down that fight. But he goes down just as we were talking about it. Smokers, well, they have 3 kills and now they have to make it inside the circle. Can they or can they not go for another chicken dinner? Thinking about it, but Dada's low on HP. One shot has been finished. Dada, look at him surviving on just 1 or 10 HP right now. Rex has to take this fight. I mean, he has done this before. He can do it again. He has thrown up a grenade onto the opponents right out there. Might as well just go for a bit of damage. Well, it does not right now.
Well, Nade, he's trying to hide, and he has managed to survive for this long, but finally, as he peeks the window, he's going to be spotted out. For now, he's cooking up a nade to throw it in the direction of Rex. Rex backs off right in the nick of time. His teammates are there as well. Nade finally being thrown, a little bit of damage being traded. Rex takes some damage on him, backs off, tries to survive, tries to take the fight. One of the players is on the first floor, so this is definitely a good setup from the Smokers. Although they have lost out on one player and the other is really low, it looks like they are still in a position from where they can actually get the chicken dinner.
Well, that did put up a first aid right now, but look at Expo and all the players are surviving, and now they would, love to have this fight for themselves. And if you just try and spot down their players, like that's what they'll have to do, and they'll have to take all the fights for themselves. We still have to see what actually, Rex does right now. Dada, he is still surviving as well. Ace is on to this direction as well. So now the things just come down to one thing, and that is the zone is with the players of Smokers and 187. How long can they hold this one? We have all the 4 teams out here right on your screens.
Well, all 4 teams, but only one has a clear advantage.
Whoa.
That is, I was just going to say XB Rangers, but Rex was like, what are you trying to say, man? He picks up one of the players. 3 versus 1 versus 2 situation now. The advantage has been taken away, and Rex and Smokers, I mean, this is not the same high kill game like the last one, but they still have found themselves in a position from where they can actually secure the chicken dinner. The circle is in their favor as well. Squadrons in front of them. Basically, all the opponents that they need to take out to secure the chicken dinner are in front. They need to fight in one single direction and the victory is theirs.
Well, that is true. They'll have to do that. But, well, the thing is, if someone goes for a decent flank or something, I mean, X-Burn will be a really troubling team for Smokers in these situations. The Revive did just arrive right now, and they'll have to take up much more fights in these situations. Look at him spotting down Junior, but they know that the grenade was lofted onto their direction. They'll just have to be onto the back lines as well as of now, and they still want the whole of that compound. They know some team, some player might just arrive out of that one when the circle will be closing in.
Well, the circle is definitely going to close in, and it's going to cause a lot of trouble, a lot of incentive for these teams to move out of their positions and try and take the fight. XB Rangers, they had a really good start to the game, dropping down to Valley Del Mar and coming from the southern side. This circle was theirs. This game needs to be theirs too. They won't get an opportunity like this again and again. Look at this, a nade being tossed. Oh, a good nade, in fact, and the knock comes in.
Another one grenade was tossed, but that will, throw Punisher just out of that house, because this grenade was meant for Punisher, though. So now Punisher is out of the house. He might as well just get backshot from Smokers onto the other direction. Now he's going to go for the revive against Napu, and this fight still continues on. We are going to hit the 8th circle marker right about now, and that's the 8th circle. 45 more seconds, and then this circle is going to be closing in up as well. And the only team inside the circle right now is going to be Smokers. Meanwhile, each and every team has to get inside their own respective zones, and that is they have to get in the open, and then they have to make their way for the circle. Every team knows this. Look at this X1. They are still just, sitting out in this area. They have to move forward. All the 4 players surviving, but can or can they not put up a lot of pressure? I just want to know, does Smokers not have grenades? If they would have had a grenade, X1 would have been just great right now, because all the players are together. But Rex, again, moving up forward onto these areas. He's still trying to see the players if he can, and Talat is onto the other side, and Talat goes with a good grenade onto Napu this time. Nare will go for a revive, but the revive is going to be dishing down a lot of time wastage onto the players. So will he or will he not go for a revive? That's one of the questions. And Rex is still out here. Now in less than 5 seconds, the circle is going to be forming up, and the players will have to move up forward. Well, Dara takes down Punisher, and that is the end of Squadrons, leaving it to a 3-team game right now. Look at the shots just going left, right, and center. Well,
they definitely need to be a little bit more in the center and not towards the left or the right, because otherwise you might miss your target. But Rex closing the distance. He gets, well, Dada gets a knock on the opponent behind the buggy, but there are 2 more players inside the smoke. In fact, 3 more players inside the smoke. A few random shots, and they can get a knock, but no, they are trying to take on the players of 187 first. And Rex, well, they have one knocked out. The other one is going to be finished off by Dada. Dada pulling up a lot of numbers on the board right now in the later stage of the fight. So all they need to take down XB Rangers right now is 1 grenade.
Yeah, I mean, the circle's also damaging them, but look at Rex. He's low on HP, but he's going to move forward. Will he do a 1v4 again? I mean, he spots on one, takes on one as well. He tries to take on another one. All right. Rex again. Team Smokers again. Chicken dinner again.
Back-to-back chicken dinners for this team. Not as many kills as the last game, but still 26 points in total. And overall rank, they are on the 2nd position right now.
From 25th to 26th position.
Yeah.
They came down to second in 2 games.
Wow.
26 points, and what was it in the previous game? How many points did it? 36?
31.
31.
31. No, 36, yeah.
Like 62 points in 2 games.
Wow. That is, I mean, I called it a Cinderella run.
If that was 36,
if that was
36, then yes. If that was 31,
36,
then,
36, I remember correctly. Because they had 70 points before this match, right? And then we were discussing like, oh, they had 34 before they got the 36-point game. So 2 matches from 25th to 26th position, somewhere between those 2. They make it to the 2nd position in the overall standings. Have you seen a better story? Better comeback?
The last time I saw a better comeback was in movies, and that was A-Team. I mean, the way A-Team plays. This
is the A-Team right now. But let's have a look at the MVP of this game, ladies and gentlemen. And here it is, Rex FTW again, with 840 damage and 167 healing done. Once again, not as many kills as the last game, just 4 kills coming in, but I mean, half of the time they were traveling as well.
I mean, they would take that. Obviously, a chicken dinner coming down with good number of kills, 4 kills to this individual lad as well. Brilliant gameplay, if I just have to talk about this.
Yeah, brilliant game by these lads. But moving forward, I mean, after the MVP, I would love to see do the other players from this team actually join in on the list of the top players.
Like, how many kills do they have, and are they in the top players list, like those 4 players or something? So Dada is out there with 5 kills. The damage stats was not as big though, so he's on the 3rd spot. Naeem, you can see 5 kills as well, 748 damage. That's brilliant. But then Droll in OP was out there with 3 kills and 600 plus damage.
Okay, all right, so for this game, I think Dada was the man who was responsible for closing out the matchup, considering he took down one of the players from XB Rangers and the players of 187. But let's have a look at the rankings of this match, and here they are, ladies and gentlemen. So we know who got the chicken, but the team on the 2nd position is 187 Esports with 8 kills to them. So they got more kills than XB Rangers and 18 points in total.
Well, they did play good. They did try and play really, really good. The way these guys played, XP Rangers was also out there. And we are talking about the other team. Team Bear, K49, they had nothing in this game. That's one thing you can for sure see. Infinity Club, their previous game was decent. This game, they did try to take up the fights, but that did not happen. I want to see how last Erangel pans out for the teams, because that might just change quite a lot of things for the players.
And hey, I mean, Rex and the lads from the Smokers, they are on the verge of getting a hat-trick.
They can?
They can. Potentially,
Given
they can.
the fact the way they are playing, they might as well.
They might as well just do it. I mean, just to get it out of the way right now. And it is going to be an impressive run from the team. And after that, I think then we just have to wait for what is going to happen when they come up against Max Legends.
Someone should tell them to, just put up a bit of breaks, because these are not the games that you get your 1st and 2nd reward
exactly.
for. You'll get reward in the finals. You'll get reward in the finals, but like...
Pace yourself. Like, be consistent. Don't pop off really, really hard so that the other teams become aware of your strategies. Just like pace yourself, be consistent. Just keep yourself within the spot from where you can actually make it to the finals. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the Oppo moments of this match and see those highlight clips once again.
I mean, this one, I don't know what happened in that bike, the road rash scenario.
I think he just like assumed the identity of his name. He's like, my name is Reaper, my IGN is Reaper, and I am the Grim Reaper. But the other team, they helped him realize, like, all right, that's just your name. You're not actually the Grim Reaper. We are going to finish you up if you do stuff like this.
You drive good, we can shoot.
You're a bad driver.
I mean, that's one thing that was. But, well, so Infinity, look at this. They were taking good fights, but then the fights, as soon as the circle did just shut them down, the fight that went against them, and that just changed the course of the game. And talking about Markman, again, this team was also looking really good. I still remember one player had an M249 just to take up a fight against the players. But, when a push comes around from 2 different directions, it sometimes becomes just a bit tricky. And look at Rex. He started off good. He tried to take good fights, and obviously, he ended up good fights as well.
Yeah, they had a lot of good fights. And Markman also, I mean, we expected a lot from this team in this matchup. They sort of delivered. Some of the fights were really, really nice for them, but in the end, just climbing down from the cliff was a really hard thing to do, and they sort of failed to do that. XB Rangers, they were already on the downslope along with the players of the Smokers and 187. But again, I mean, we're talking about closing things out. Rex and Dada, the duo, just being super deadly and finishing off the 2 teams in front of them.
I mean, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. That was really good. The way it just, formed up over everything. And that team just, they had the competition. They knew what was supposed to be done, and they did that to perfection.
Yeah, they definitely did it to perfection. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward and have a look at the overall rankings after this matchup. And as we know, Smokers make it to the 2nd position, but they still are a little far behind the Legends themselves, 96 to 117.
Look at this, 49. They're still, the placement points that Max Legends has, that showcases the consistency that the team had. Even if they had bad games, they were not like really bad. They still had good placement points for themselves. The Smokers, well, right now they have 96 points. If they get a really good game, they might as well just go for a really, really, high number. Considering supposedly, if they have a chicken dinner, they might just try to contest, and then the kill points is something that will change the course of the game. We'll still have to see where the next game actually just takes them down to. But these are the top 8 teams right now.
Yeah, moving forward to the next set of teams. I mean, 9 to 16 here in front of us. So Urbiv, we did expect them to come back a little bit stronger today, but that is, I mean, it looks like we're going to have to wait for the next match to actually see if they make a comeback and try and climb up in the standings. Same can be said for the team of DENO, but 187 putting themselves inside of the top 13 right now with 63 points. Points tied up with Urbiv and NRC sitting on 62. Moving forward to 17 to 24, here they are.
Yeah, these are all numbers, if anything. And now we just talk about these WMG XP Rangers team where they still have to step up their game. I don't know, like these teams were looking really good in the previous day when they were playing on the first day. We talk about Team Bear. Remember the top 3 finish that they had in the first game and everything. But now things are just looking just a bit on the upside down situation and scenario. But if we just move on forward to the other teams as well, that's where we'll see the teams that actually have to just step up to their best of the best games. Otherwise, things they are looking even bad.
Yeah, they're definitely looking really bad, especially, I mean, if you are either 4K Mad or Team Destiny sitting at the bottom 2 of the standing. I mean, one team still with a single-digit point marker to their game. So when they come in for their last day of play, they will have to make sure that all 4 games for them are chicken dinners and nothing else. They need to make sure that they play like the Smokers are doing today.
I mean, they will have to do that. Otherwise, it might be a GG story.
Yeah,
if you just call it like that.
It is definitely going to be GG's.
That's how the things are going to be. But the thing is, the last Erangel, once it will happen, right?
Yeah.
I still would love to see what Smokers does, how the other teams come back, and do other teams have figured out a strategy against Smokers? Because that's important, right?
Yeah, that is definitely going to be important. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking a very short break. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back.
let's get it.
Hello and welcome back once again to, of course, PUBG Mobile Club Open. This is the South Asia Wildcard Region where we're in. And till now, 3 games are done. 4th game about to get started. I'm going to be your final games caster. Joining me, of course, is going to be Ocean Sharma. And indeed, talking about the games thus far, Ocean, they have been phenomenal as you've been describing them.
Yeah, they have been incredible. Talking about Team Smokers, obviously, back-to-back chicken dinners. We still have to see about that hat trick, if that happens or if that does not. The first Erangel was not theirs, though.
Right.
So it's their chance to rectify the mistakes, and it's their chance to dominate. So, shooting 2 birds with 1 bullet.
Perhaps could be the
Their
case.
accuracy is good.
They are on point with every single aggression that we've seen from them, coming out from them, and that is just phenomenal to see. But again, that is also a really difficult shoe to fit into, right? Because again, you've got 2 back-to-back chicken dinners, and of course, the momentum that is going in your favor could, of course, result in another or not. Again, the other lobby teams are going to genuinely fight for that.
That's my thing. That's my thing. Like, I was talking to Johnny with this one as well.
Right.
I want to see if the other teams have thought of a strategy. Like
Exactly.
what we can do. Suppose 3 players go forward against Smoker, 1 player goes for a flank and they sandwich them. Something like. But doing these things is difficult. Maybe 1 player who's just going back,
right,
gets spotted out by another team. Or
true.
You
Third-party
can never
situation
rely.
and fourth-party situations. That is so very true. But again, you talk about the way the entire region has been playing, right? It has certainly been really, really good to see. The kind of aggression coming in from so many of these teams has been on point. But the way Smoker has just been able to bring this smoke and gun gameplay today.
So that's the thing. You can think of it like, my team will do good. The team X, Y, Z is a big threat to me.
Right.
But I need to find out a strategy because, your competition is with, it's not just with, it's like 1 team or 15 teams against you or maybe 31 other names against you. Your competition is still the PMPL teams. You are thinking you have to read just these teams, but the other slots of Pakistan, those teams are reading you as well. The Bangladeshi teams are reading you as well. So everything combines up. Team Zeus is reading you as well. They know your name right now because they know that you are doing something different from the other teams.
No question about it. Just the way this team has been able to grind their efforts together synergistically and move up from, I believe they were on the 3rd page of the leaderboard, yes? And moved 4th page of the leaderboard and all the way to the 2nd position pretty much right now with the kind of points that they've got is phenomenal. It's certainly working in their favor. But now the conversation is going to move on towards, of course, in the first game of day, we saw it was Erangel that was taken over by Seal Esports.
Yeah.
Now, as you move on into this final game as well, again, Seal will want to dominate, so will Markpen, and so will all the others. But again, the conversation will be, are smokers going to be throwing a smoke and gun against them, or will they be smoked out into the lobby?
We will be seeing the match right in front of our screens. We'll be seeing the flight path right in front of our screens right now. And the most important thing with that is going to be, where will the teams and the players go?
Absolutely. With that, of course, let's move into the game. Let's get that flight path on our screens and find out what is this going to be looking like.
So, starting from the backside of Hospital 2, Milta Power is with the flight path. I want to see if a team goes down to military base and over, because this island always stays empty.
Oh, right. That is so true. That is so very true. And again,
you and I are casting the Pakistan region as well. And in that also, this island stays empty. In this also, this island stays empty. I don't know why.
Well, for now, certainly that has been the case. But again, as you move away from the group stages into the next stage where we'll only have 16 teams, things are going to maybe move on along in a different pace altogether. But right now, as we move and talk about the flight path itself, we are looking pretty interesting with a lot of things. You talk about Seal right there. Seal has taken an early exit out of the plane and is moving on down towards the Georgia Pole region, as we can see for now.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, Team Seal, they just like to go to the backside of Georgia Bowl. And from there, one good thing is, if a circle forms out on the north, what they can do is a rotation from Severny.
Right.
Always will be good. If a circle falls out on Gatka, they can do... They will never rotate from the front side of Georgia Bowl, but they'll always rotate from the back side of Georgia Bowl. That's always a good thing, because, you know, some team might be around the Georgia Bowl area that might just give you a spray or two. So that's a good thing. And they get an open Gatka region. If the circle is on to the southern side, then also they do the same rotation, because it's always, you know, because Gatka is empty, they can go to the military base island.
Absolutely, and with that, of course, as you move in with this wonderful flight path, all the teams seem to have just selected the center of the map as of now, and they are getting themselves acclimated with the kind of aggression that we can expect. Wow, with that, an upward circle, a complete north circle coming in. And of course, that will probably result in a Severny final game circle. Perhaps we'll have to, of course, wait and find out for that. But right now, this is phenomenal. I mean, Seal certainly is up towards Georgia Pole area. And with that, of course, we see this XP already making a rotation and moving on down towards the shooting range.
Yeah.
And this is going to turn out perfectly. With that, Mark Penn moving down towards Rozhok.
Look at this brilliant thing. What the players of X-Burn did, they dropped down onto the backside of hospital.
Right.
They know the circle's out there. I don't know if they have proper loot or not. They're straight away rushing down into the central lines of the circle. That's brilliant. And talk about the circle, the most important thing is, if till the third zone, like till third shift, the circle still has water, that means it will be what do you call it? A shore side circle. If the circle leaves that area, that means it will be on the land. So teams around Severny, specifically X-Burn, they are in a really comfortable spot till the third circle.
Absolutely, and on that, of course, we've only been talking about the northern part of the map and the teams moving on down towards the northern part, but move on down towards the southwestern part. You're looking on down towards Primorsk and Quarry, and we've got one individual team that is setting themselves down towards Primorsk itself. Now, of course, we do see that one of them players certainly has a car already set up for themselves, and of course, that vehicle is certainly going to be helping them bringing in that rotation, because they certainly are really, really far away from this zone right now. But move on along the conversation towards the eastern part of the map itself. Move on down towards the prison and Lipkovka. We are looking at the team of 187, and this team is getting themselves acclimated towards the prison side and will, of course, be moving and looking on to getting the best of the best loot. But again, I mean, you talk about early skirmishes and early fights. Mainly, I think it'll be down towards the south of this circle as of now, as we've got two teams. We've got SQN as well as
MPG, yeah,
MPG.
These are the teams out here. But look at this. So this is Team Infinity onto the backside of Primorsk, INC, and the players, like, they have to get inside the circle. They have an open area from Gatka ruins, but the thing is, once you get onto the ruins, you'll have to play a gamble. Will you go from the left or from the right? If you play from the right, so many teams are going to welcome you, and not with open arms for sure.
That is so true. That is so true. I was just talking about that team itself, and indeed, I mean, they're the only ones who have that Primorsk area down to themselves, but they do need to get vehicle control and move away from that sooner the better, because again, you talk about those rotations, the sooner you get into the circle, the better chances you have of understanding where all the other teams are.
So this is Team Smokers in Yasna Apuliana, right? They have a good area, but they have a team against them.
Right.
I want to see what happens when, suppose K49, they spot one player of Smokers, they take him down, they read the kill feed that it's, Smokers against us. Do they rush or do they not rush? Because that's important. It's a mental pressure.
It is. It certainly is. I mean, the kind of gameplay that we've seen from Smokers, it has been phenomenal. Again, the conversation would be that will K49 want to take that fight, or will they probably want to just keep into the back end of that fight and, just slowly and steadily move out of that into the gully and, just get themselves acclimated to another zone altogether and just chill out over there rather than taking this fight. But eventually, the fight, it has already started.
Well, Rex has gone down, and he is the player who's getting most and most of the kills. I want to see what happens now, because Rex has been finished right from the start. The fight's going against Smokers. All of a sudden, they were not ready for it. Carnage, he has to spot down one more player, and he might as well take that one player down as well. Tara goes down as well. All right, since Rex went down, the team is slowly and steadily going down. K49 is looking brilliant right now. It's down to all the 4 players, but while Smokers, they are down to 2 players. But will they take up the fight or not? That's the question. Previously, they were not shying away from any battle. But now, once they are reduced to 2 men, I mean, it might as well be a different change.
Exactly. They better take a backseat into this entire approach altogether, because again, they have already given away a lot of information towards K49. And K49 also seems to be taking shots all the way from the left-hand side of this area, and that could very well be coming on down towards Smoker. But with that, we've got Winter from K49, another knock coming in towards the side of Smoke, and we've with that only got one more player remaining from the side of Smokers, and that's going to be One Shot. Now, One Shot has already given away the information towards the other player. That was going to be Venom up top, and this is going to be a push that will be deadly for the side of course, Smokers.
Well, one shot did take one down, but he still has a lot of work to finish on. He gets spotted, he gets shot down, and he gets hunted. He's on to the other side. Smokers becomes the first team to get eliminated in an upset.
Wow, this was not expected. Again, we were just talking about, or rather not even expected, never mind the expectations, we were just bringing in the conversation towards, well, they've just had 2 chicken dinners. Will that pressure get to them as they move in along for this wonderful final game? And that pressure maybe did, maybe did not, but K49's wonderfully controlled aggression and synergistic approach against the team of Team Smoker has resulted in them getting 4 wonderful points, 4 kills, and also sending Smokers back into the lobby.
No one would have expected that. Think about it. 2 games, back-to-back chicken dinner, 1 game, 21 kill game, and this final game. And everyone was thinking, will they take the top position or will they not? They go down.
They certainly do go down. And with that, we move on down towards Bear RX. And Bear is also getting themselves pretty set up right here down. And they are going to be moving.
So exactly the thing that I was talking about, right? Just like I said, you know, if someone takes down one player of Team Smokers, will they rush or will they not? Because that was mental pressure. That happened.
You called it, exactly. I mean, again, the conversation at that point in time was towards, well, K49, will they want to take that early aggression? And they did. And they took it so perfectly and gracefully that they've converted not only that one knock, but the entire squad of Smokers was sent into the lobby within a matter of like 4 to 3 minutes, which was, again, beautiful to see. But that was early aggression right here. Of course, we move on down towards the side of Bear as well as SDMZ. And this could very well turn into another fight that we could expect.
So you and I are casting the Pakistan region as well. And do you remember yesterday's last match when the teams by teams were obliterating all of a sudden?
Yep.
I believe something like that might happen. It started from Smoker. Like, if ladies and gentlemen, you guys don't know, I would just like to tell you guys a story of what was happening yesterday.
Right.
So what was happening was, if one player went down, the whole team was going down. It started off from that one. I feel like if SDMZ would take up a fight against Team Bear, the same thing might just happen. Because, you know, it's starting like this. Now the aggression is coming up in a way. They don't want 1 kill. They want 4. That's what every team wants right now.
Absolutely. You want to bring in that early aggression. And with that, not only the early aggression, after all, this is the final game of the day. And when you talk about the final game, the teams who have not been able to, you know, capitalize on the previous 3 games will want to bring in that sort of an opportunity and approach towards their final game. And with that, you move on towards Mark Penn. They certainly have their crosshairs set up down towards the side of ER right now. That is going to be team number 10 on our screens. And this is not looking good because Mark Penn have been trying to get themselves a decent point position. But from the looks of this, ER has a better control of the area, better in position, better information. But with that, Mark Penn getting the entire squad collected. That is going to be 4v1 situation. And of course, with that, we see Funky taking a very funky rotation out of there because he better not stay there.
Well, Funky will be going down. One more shot. This one was on the chest, but Momo has to look onto the back end lines as well as he's getting shot from the other side as well. You can see Funky's down. The clock is ticking on his revival, and obviously it's going to be a tricky one. But onto the other side again, you can see the players out there, and they now know that the opponents are confined to this one house. But the main challenge for those players is how do they take one down? And if they take one down, they cannot rush. It's water in between.
Exactly. There's no way they're going to be able to bring this into an aggression towards the side of Mark Penn, because again, Mark Penn have the entire compound, and again, the support that they've got is going to be that river that is going to be, well, helping them keep that defense. But along with that, you talk about the airdrop and talk about water. We've got the first airdrop being dropped into the water itself with the M249 and all level 3 kit looking sorted.
Wow, M249's out there, but you know, who's going to swim to get this one? Plus, because airdrop, we know it's an M249. Yeah, people might not want the gun inside it. Like people, they might just think it's a gamble. Suppose there's a sniper, or there's a person who's not dedicated sniper of the team. He's like, should I go? Well, if there's an AW, I would not want it, but my teammate would want it. But should I keep my gun here? Like, all those things also come out. I don't want an MK14. Is there an MK14? You never know in the water areas.
Absolutely. And again, it is a big gamble to be able to just swim towards an airdrop, which is in the water itself. That will also be a bit of a detrimental position for yourself or the entire team if the entire team is wanting to push on along. But with that, of course, we've also seen so many times rotations come in from the water side itself. So if you've got yourself a control of some boat, then it makes that much more of an easier approach down towards that airdrop, the first airdrop.
Look at Team Bear. They have 3 vehicles for themselves, all different. One is a Dacia, one is a buggy, one is US. So what they can do is take the... all right. This might be bad for Poda White. You can see he has to go on to the upward side. He was trying to climb, but now his location is compromised. He needs that cover, but no one was out here. So Haiti takes down one, and the finish might as well just come down right now. I mean, X-Burns, rest of the players will have to look forward for this one, but Fahim is getting shot down as well. He has to find up a safer approach, but the place where he's going, that's where K49 is, and K49, we know what this team just did, and alright, Winter is coming to take that kill.
Talk about K49 Ocean right there. We see once again another knock coming in from the side of this team, and this is not looking good as their rotation has just worked against them. Junior right here is the one, or rather two men alive that are of course going to be Talat as well as Junior from that side, but the other two are certainly perished and long gone into the lobby, and that was of course thanks to K49. But move on down towards MPGX, and this is looking like an interesting turn of events where indeed the other team was out in the open, and the early aggression coming in could very well be detrimental, but never mind, because MPA was also in the open and he has been taken down.
Yeah, I mean, MPG was out there, but oh, Zesty's grenade, it did do the damage, but they are not coming in for the kills because they already lost one player, so they're like, it might just be a gamble against us, and you can see that the backup is actually arriving for Erbev. So that's one thing that MPGX actually realizes, and they're like, let's just be safe right now. We did do the damage, the players won't just arrive onto our side. Meanwhile, Tala also has to spot up a few players, and this time it was K49, but well, he gets shot at from the sides of E2S.
Yep.
These two players have to be safe as well. You cannot, you cannot lose yourself at this moment. We saw what happened against Pokers. They did not get any kill. They will be getting 0 points for this particular match.
Absolutely, and right here, of course, they are trying to take an earlier aggression fight towards the side of K49. As we see, Reaper is in the process of Talat YT, but Talat YT needs to keep in mind that two of his teammates are dead, and those two were dead all thanks to E2S, and that is, of course, the information that was given away, and E2S knows exactly the situation that XB is in right now. They're only two-man army surviving up top, and on the other side, of course, E2S has their crosshairs already set up for them, and K49 utilizing that opportunity, utilizing that position, and bringing in a few more fights down towards E2S. But also, with that, K49 needs to keep in mind that one of their players is already knocked. They need to be a bit more consistent with that approach, because otherwise they will just keep on losing players, and that's not going to be the kind of approach they want to do. But moving on the conversation towards DENO right here, bringing in another wonderful spray towards Markpen, but not able to capitalize a lot. And with that, Markpen will be able to make that rotation out of that situation, and he also needs to keep in mind that, dude, where is your circle? Ghosty, get out of there. Of course, Markpen is pushing on along and getting out in towards the circle, but DENO, Ghosty, and the entire team of this entire clan of DENO itself is in the outside region, and they do not have any car in their control thus far. But talk about Markpen itself, as we move on towards the map itself, right south of Rozhok, we see Markpen, two players are inside the circle and two players are outside down south of Rozhok. So rotation will certainly be coming in, because we see that they were in a vehicle, so that's going to be working perfectly for the side of Markpen. But DENO, dude, please start moving.
I mean, as of now, they will have to go and, focus on their movements right now, because the third circle after this, obviously, the fights keep on increasing and the circle keeps on damaging you. So you'll have to see all those things. WM is saying just sitting down right now. They don't want to make a move. They are at the edge of the circle. They know that. They only want to make up a move if a team just, enters onto their compound. Otherwise, they just want to let every fight go away. They are playing this one for good placement points, and if they get kills on the way, that's obviously an added bonus. Team Bear, they've had a bad day today, so they want to, just change that down. And we know what this team is capable of. This team has, showcased incredible gameplay in the previous PMCO wildcards. So they would love to do that again if the time persists, if the situation persists with them. But right now, all they have to do is find a safer place. No doubt this is a good place, but the thing is, it's behind, behind them, the area is open. So if some team just comes onto the backside, that they might just get themselves turned into a crate, and they would not want that right now.
Absolutely, as you so perfectly said, Ocean, they've not had a good day thus far, not a good outing thus far. So again, putting themselves out in the open like that, and that too at the lower position of that hill, will be could genuinely be a situation that you do not want to be putting yourself in and converting yourself into a crate. But again, you talk about Markpen and their rotation, it certainly seems to be working in their favor, as they are bringing in knocks, and that I believe was from the player. Yep, there we go, Markpen coming in right here into our kill feed, and 187 getting another player knocked in out. This is looking perfect. Timed, controlled aggression coming in from Markpen. But move the conversation down towards WNG and Sengi right here again, as we had just seen. They are holding this compound. They are at the edge of the zone. They're looking down to other teams and their rotations. And with that, we've got two airdrops. Airdrop number 2 as well as 3 dropping down simultaneously with an MK14 and the other one we'll of course see what exactly is in there. But this is looking perfect. I mean, it's right across the bridge camp area that we've seen so many times happen. And as soon as if you're able to capitalize on that bridge camp, if you're able to just get that thing set up, you are looking sorted because you've got two, not only one but two airdrops waiting for you.
I mean, it's a double drop, and it's going to be really, really good if you just, want to hold it up, just get a good glimpse of the areas. But look at this. This is going to go to the backsides of Yasnaya compounds, and that's where SDMZ is at a really good central line for the circle. K49, these players, they don't want to, they never wanted to leave their area, but now when the circle's away from them, they have to go for the rotations. But look at this player split. They are really split apart from each other, and that's where Team Bear might as well get a kill if they spot Venom.
Absolutely. Bear we saw was set up in their compound, and now we see on the map that they have started their early rotation and moving in towards the circle itself. But K49's Venom is all by himself on up top of that small little hill that Bear was set up under. So again, if Venom wants to take that early aggression fight, he very well could. But again, he's all by himself out there and probably would not want to capitalize on that. But move on along to the camps of Bear Marvel itself. The rotation seems to be working perfectly for them, and they have moved away from that perfect situation.
Well, as of now, only that thing that we can say. Look at Erbiv's Adam, he's low on the HP, and now he can spot down DENO. Salty might as well take one player down. Alright, well, Gucci's onto the back end side as well, and yes, Lee takes down Erbiv's wish. So Erbiv versus DENO is still happening onto the other areas. As you can see, both the teams are outside the circle. They have to make their way inside the circle. Meanwhile, Markpen is trying really good, and this team has impressed all of us a lot. Squadron Gucci takes down one player as well in the situation. Next one's Junior Whitey is just one with the wall on his side, but the thing is, he should stay here or maybe onto the other side because he's the last one surviving. Any wrong move can just get the elimination.
Exactly, and with that, of course, we just a few minutes ago saw DENO making that rotation out of that situation, and ER was set up right there, and DENO was able to capitalize on that in the open situation. But right now, of course, if we talk about ERB Adam, he can be detrimental for the side of DENO because he is looking pretty well, he's got the compound in his control, so that could be perfect. And with that, we move on towards SQN Legend and Punisher. They seem to be punishing the side of 187, and this could be a lot of trouble for the side of 187 Esports, even though the rotation seems to have made perfectly. Actually, they did not get any knock onto the side, and they were able to get a little bit of damage, but that's okay as long as the 187 Esports rotation works out in their favor. We can see that they've only a 3-man army as of now, and with that, 187 being brought down to 2-man army as another knock comes in towards 187 Esports and move the conversation towards INC as well as Seal. Now again, Seal was the team that got the first game chicken dinner on the map of course, Erangel. And with that, we talk about Seal. We are looking at Ankle right here out in the open. He's got DS on the right-hand side. And, of course, team number 14, which is, of course, going to be, I believe, 187. That is putting up a smoke wall and getting themselves sorted in that small little situation. But it is still a fight that can very well take place out in the open. And Seal, Ankle, is he the last man surviving right now? Is the information that I am missing.
I mean, even if he is, it's just one thing that, he has to stay away from the fight. Probably was playing up a good role of the scout and had to be away from the teammates.
Right.
That's one thing. But now, if you're just out here, you still, kind of need to make your plan Bs and Cs because those are the important ones. And Epic still surviving out onto one direction. But for how long, that's going to be one of the most important questions. Well, talking about the questions and the answers, what is Infinity doing? The thing is, they have this shack and this rich for themselves, but the thing is, can they or can they not just get a hold of the area? All right, Ernie takes on one against Mark Penn. Pasta goes down. Pasta will be needing up a revive, but will he or will he not get a revive given the fact that they are in the center of the zone?
Absolutely, Mark Penn certainly has a perfect control of the zone, but again, they are out in the open, and that could be very, very big trouble for them because right here we've got SDMZ, and they are looking very good because they've got the safety net of the compound working for them, and that could very well be the crucial factor that is going to be if SDMZ is able to take control and keep that control in their favor for the longest time. But right here we see perfect utility being utilized from Ernie's side, and he's bringing in those grenades and molotovs down towards the side of another team that we just noticed, and that is going to be
Well, yes. Now Infinity is onto one side as well. And look at this. Oh, Nari goes down by Esports Junior. While DENO takes down Seal Ankle. And Seal Ankle gets finished. That means all the players of Seal, other players of Seal are still out there, but not just in this one particular area. Well, Nari gets finished down as well. Naeem as well follows up, and his kill should be coming down anytime sooner. If we just talk about this, Infinity, meanwhile, the players are still surviving. Can they take another one down? I mean, they still have the information. Bear Prince is just out there in the open. Gucci will be finished down as well. And Lucifaidi, how long can he survive? Prince, low on HP, but still high on morale. That's one of the most important things. But well, SQUADRONS Gucci will be the next one to just go down. Oh, he barely survives. Brad takes down Haiti. Now fights are going to be opening up, and the hell is going to break loose in this particular area.
Absolutely, and E2 has taken a domination right there with 3 kills to that player's name. And in that, of course, we talk about the kills coming in from left, right, and center. It is an open area right here. No conversation about it. The fights will start taking place, and with that, Bear is taking a few hits right here out in the open. They do have the smoke wall cover, so that is looking very good for them. But as you see all across the map, all the teams are in the open, and of course, one player from each of the team pretty much seems like is at least knocked and is not looking in a decent position. Move the conversation towards Iran of this INC team, and they are also looking pretty comfortable for now. Again, the conversation is for them, they have the control, they have the awareness of exactly where they're at and where the other teams are around them. Also, they've got the perfect support of the circle itself, because the circle is well working towards them. They are at the edge of the circle. There's no team that could come in behind them, so that is going to be perfect. But move on, this is just perfect, yet so difficult. Seal Wally is looking perfect in that smoke wall, but he is surrounded by 5 teams right now.
Well, Jelly takes on Carnage, and the finish will come down by WMG. The kill steal is happening. That's one thing that, you know, that will make the player who knocked the other down angry. That's for sure. Team Bear, they did lose one player, but can they or cannot clutch the fight? That's only one of the questions. And well, Epic takes down XBurn YT, and XB Rangers will be taken down in this situation. So now we still have to see where the teams will rotate on to. And DENO goes his grenade, does take down one, and Wally's grenade. So both of them threw nade on each other, and they took each and every one down. But hey, Seal Esports does get out of the lobby.
Absolutely, with that K9999 also being sent back into the lobby. Seal was just out in the open using smoke. Well, there was only that much smoke they could have utilized. All the information was already being given away, so there was only a matter of time before that team would have been sent back into the lobby. Right now, the conversation will move on towards E2S as they slowly make their way in towards the circle. We can see there are fights being taken place from the right as well as from the left, and they are going to have to be really, really careful. With that, of course, ES2 taking another knock for the team, and this push could be very, very difficult for them. Move the conversation towards SDMZ. Once again, they've got that compound in their control, and this is going to be perfect utilization for them, because that is the defense that they need. But talk about Mark Penn. Mark Penn is in the open again. So is DENO, so is 187. And along with that, Infinity Club, they were talking about, or rather bringing along a lot of early and wonderful fights, but they have been eliminated.
Yeah, they have been eliminated right now. We still have to see how far can we go with all these fights. Look at Zesty still onto the back lines. Oh, don't look at Zesty now, because he has been turned into a crate all of a sudden. That was a brilliant grenade, and now E2S is moving up forward. The team has 6 kills. Their last player was taken down, but now the revival did just come in. We still have to see what the players can do after the situations out in this one. Mark Penn still surviving, still breathing, still living, and they don't have much kills, but E2S, they are looking really good. WMG as well, and SDMC. These teams have all the 4 players. Meanwhile, DENO, Bear, and like DENO and Bear, they have 3 players, and 187. They did have 2, but now one needs a revive as they are out in the open.
Exactly, they certainly are. And with that, you talk about E2S. E2S has already taken a knock right here, and they are, well, of course, they've got the safety net of those smokes, and so does Mark Penn. But this is just phenomenal, because we've seen onto the kill feed a lot of kills coming in from the side of Mark Penn, and Mark Penn is just obliterating the side of E2S as they are in the open. The information has been given away down towards Pasta as well as the side of Momo, and this is just looking too good for Mark Penn, because again though, they are in the open, but they have the small little shed that they can keep themselves acclimated to. But for how long?
That's the most important thing, right? Once the circle just, starts leaving them, they might as well have to leave this track. Plus, right now, they have a perfect cover. One vehicle on one side, one onto the other. But the second vehicle is not blasted. That means if someone blasts that vehicle, they might just, get a bit of damage if that just comes down to that. WMG, meanwhile, you can see all the players, they are still struggling just a bit. But, well, the revive did just come in. Taco is on low HP as well. But, well, we still have to see how the things just go down. Bear Prince takes down Heidi. He's still using a UMP in the final circle. That's really bold move. But Pastor takes down Hunter. And Pastor goes down as well. Hunter did go down. Now he will be finished. And hey, WMG, before he does the job, they do the job. So many, it was a proper third-party bait happening.
Absolutely, the information was given away with that and moved the conversation toward SDMZ, and SDMZ is also bringing in early aggression with that compound that they've got control of, and WMG not looking good right now. Of course, with that, we talk about WMG. They are taking a fight on to a completely different side towards Mark Penn, and Mark Penn already have 2 players knocked out, and Bear have themselves rushing in to bring in that third party against Mark Penn for now.
I mean, one grenade did obliterate 3 players. One got finished, 2 got knocked down. Momo is the last one surviving, but Bear Prince is pretty close. Now the revival should not come in. A good grenade was going up. Is the grenade in or is it out? Whoa, it was in. A 3-pointer. Going down, taking down 2 kills for 1 player. That was WMG. Brad and Arimun just finished the job. And now this is down to one thing, and that is Team Bears looking really good. WMG Seng is down right now. But can he or can he not take up this fight? I mean, you can see SDMG onto the other side, but the play zone is doing damage. And hey, look at this. 2 shots. He will be down. And yes, he is.
Certainly, I mean, this is the conversation that had to take place because SDMG had the control of that compound for the longest time. But the circle was not in their favor, and they had to start pushing along. With that, 2 players get knocked. 2 players are still alive for the side of SDMZ. And that is going to be Jelly and Sam. No information has been given away thus far, so that is looking good. But talk about WMG, they have all 4 men alive, and Bear, Prince, as well as Arinam are moving towards the side of SDMZ. A knock coming in from SDMZ, or rather WMG, down towards SDMZ.
Well, a good grenade was tossed down by Prince. He wanted to save his teammate, but he could not do that. I mean, Bear's Sog has been taken down, and Prince are still surviving. You can see Bear is still really high on the winner chicken in the forecast, but like mere numbers, the randomness might just shift the game. But Susog and Prince, they take down SDMZ. It is down to a 2v4. Prince needs to put up a first aid. Can they or can they not clutch this 2v4? The players are away from each other. If Arimun goes down, he won't be giving up the location of Prince. He will just, there's no chance of revival in this situation. The numbers are in the favor of WMG, but can they win this one? Brad, his location might be spotted. I mean, Arimun and Brad, they are out in the open. They are really close to each other, and I guess he has been spotted. Arimun has been spotted. Brad, what are you doing? The guy is right onto the left hand side, and he is in the open, but Brad is looking at some other direction. He's looking for Prince. Arimun has been spotted. Oh my God, Brad, he did not see him. He did not see him. Is he in the smoke or something? Sangi takes down 1. What happened onto the Brad's direction? Where is the last lad? Where is he? Now he does spot, and there is the mistake. Arimun low in HP. Can he take the player down? Well, he is trying. He does not. Oh
wow.
My God, Bears on the second, and WMG gets that winner chicken dinner.
What a play that was. What an oopsie-doopsie that could have been for WMG had that turned into a 4v3 situation. But nevertheless, what a wonderful play. WMG getting a chicken dinner with 13 kills and 24-43 total damage.
Wow, just think about it. I don't know, was there a smoke out there or was there no smoke out there? Was that a smoke glitch or something?
There were at least 3 moments when he should have spotted the player. At least 3 moments. But eventually, again, his mind was only working towards the shack.
The Prince, yeah.
Yep.
His mind was just out there. But the way this game just, changed everything. Talking about Smokers, the first elimination.
Yes.
Talking about Mark Penn. Like, there's a thing with Mark Penn. Mostly they have been in top 5. They have been in top 5 in each and every game. So now, again, they were in top 5 in this one. Talking about WMG and Team Bear. Really good fight.
Absolutely. And again, I mean, talking about SDMZ, they were in control of that circle for the longest time. Had they made that push earlier, had they gotten themselves acclimated and adjusted within the circle and left the compound safety a little bit earlier, they probably would have been able to capitalize on that situation better. But with that, let's move on to the most valuable player, and the MVP for this game will be going down towards Rat.
Well, 5 kills, 948 damage, 25, almost 26 minutes of survival time, 1 assist, healing done was 257. That is like brilliant numbers for this individual. But it's just one player. I want to see what the other players actually had to do in this one.
Exactly. Let's have also the look at top players from the game, and in that we have 2 players coming in from WMG.
Wow. Arimun as well from Team Bear, and E2S. Like, all these teams were in top 5 somehow. And so their skills showcase this, why they were out here.
Exactly, and that is just beautiful play coming in from the side of course, Brat with 948 damage with 5 kills. And indeed, this has been phenomenal play. But move on along towards the game itself and find out what have been the ranking. Of course, we know Team WMG did take that chicken dinner along with 13 kills, so 28 points to this team. Bear was up next with 9 kills and 21 points. E2S was third with 13 points, and SDMZ was fourth with only 2 kills and 12 points.
I mean, they were, that's one thing. But if we're just talking about all the other teams, Team Smoker did go down in this one. XP Rangers, Seal Esports, alright, so that was, those two teams obviously did not get any kill points, but the placement points was just 1. That's one thing. Team Squadron, they had 3 kills, but no placement points for themselves.
Exactly, but that is again showcasing the early aggression that this team brought into the moment itself. And talking about the entirety of the game, let's have a look at the best Oppo moments. And they are, of course, going to start off with the first Team Smoker being sent into the lobby, and thanks to K49.
Yeah, K49 did actually have a really, really good fight for themselves. And this is where Mark Penn, started shining, started taking those fights. X-Burn, if it's talking about XP Rangers, you know how the thing, just went against them. That was one thing. And this is where the grenades were happening. Exactly, a good grenade did come down. It did not, hit Root, but Jesty. You watch out to the other direction, you go down.
Exactly, and Mark Penn, they were in a small little shack and they were bringing in early aggression and domination from the center of the circle for the longest time towards the side of E2S. But eventually, Mark Penn was also knocked down and they were just pushed by the side of Bear as well as third party beautifully down to perfection, because WMG had their crosshairs towards Mark Penn as well as Bear.
Yeah, that is true, that is true. But if on to the other side, if we're just looking forward to all the other things, we still can see how the fight was going down. And this is where Arimun started to just dominate. But well, he was low on HP, plus he just had 5 bullets when the game ended, right? He could not have reloaded. He did not have any time, so he also went down.
But boy, oh boy, this has been a phenomenal play, phenomenal day, I would say, throughout. And with that, let's also talk about the overall standings, the overall rankings for all of these teams. And it is MAX, Max Legends, taking 117 points and up on top, of course, looking really confident.
Yeah, I mean, they did not play any game today, but they already were really good with their 8 matches yesterday that were completed, 117. Mark Penn, now they come to the second position this time again. So it's the thing with Mark Penn. First day also they were at the second position, then they did not play the next day's games, they went down to 9th. Now so they're at second position. What they have to do is have consistency. They had a few bad games here and there today, but well, if anything, Team Smokers is on 96.
Absolutely, and that is looking pretty neat. Same goes for Seal as well. But move on to the second page, we are looking at Bear on 14th, having moved up a position, and same goes for Team WMG as well as 187 Esports.
Yeah, that is true. But well, no chance with Team Bear. Like these names were looking a bit decent, but talk about the closing of the kills and all. Exactly.
That was a big difference. I mean, that was just perfect GG indeed. But talk about the way this entire team has played off Infinity Club. It was just phenomenal with 21 kills and 44 points as of now. Again, they just need one more good game. Same goes for E2S. Just one more good game and they can bring in a lot of points from those kills.
Talk about NRC and DENO. 41 placement points, 23 placement points. Like the difference at 21 kills and 38 kills. Like for some teams, kills are working. For some teams, placement points are working. Eventually, overall, it's a balance.
Exactly. That is so true, because again, throughout the lobby, that's what we're noticing. Rather, not only in the lobby, but throughout the 32 teams, we are noticing that certain teams are looking at the same points, but the kind of difference that has been brought in is either based on the placement points or based on the kills itself. And that again, it showcases the kind of strategy that teams are bringing to the table as they get started off with these first 6 days.
I mean, that is true, but if anything, I would say about all these fights and everything that happened today, somehow the games were incredible. Talking about, you talk about 21 kills, you talk about the team just going out in the open, just getting the first elimination. Wow. Amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful turn of events indeed. With that, we do reach the end of our day. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back again tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.